that I like so much. It's
Chard?
chard. Yes,
Oh,
chard.
God. Okay.
I absolutely love chard.
I can't do chard. So I juice a lot of vegetables too, and I
Oh,
juiced chard and drank it and puked. And so never again, no chard.
yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to drink chard though. But man, the way how the wife cooks up some chard, man, I love how it tastes. It's
Okay,
much
give
easier
us
to
the
cook it.
recipe, Anya. What you doing with it?
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's delicious. I definitely got to get that part together, all the things that she be putting together, because she got plenty of years of we had like, nope, we ain't never eating that again.
Really?
Absolutely, Diva. So many times he's like, oop, well, it's edible, but we ain't cooking this again. This is off. We scratch this one off of the recipe list for sure. Absolutely. So, but that's the thing about it. You just gotta learn what, because you gotta just readjust your taste buds, to be honest, for natural tasting foods. Because that was the thing for me. It took me a while to get adjusted to natural tasting food. Because at first I was just trying to substitute meat and chicken. Now I don't want things that taste even remotely close to meat and chicken.
Okay, so I don't like mushrooms. I don't like sweet potatoes. Carbs make me fat. I don't know about nobody else, but they make me fat. So what do you like? Okay, so over all these years, what have you found that you like really like?
Me personally, I could be a goddamn raw vegan. I could just eat things, no sugar, no salt, no dressing. So for me, it's a little bit harder. That's why I gotta really mind out how I gotta have this conversation, because for me, I'm an extremist. It's like somebody said in the comments, I think I have a addictive personality. So once I get into something, I go all the way. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I could just eat everything so-called bland. I'm fine with it. It's delicious to me at this point in my life. So I gotta rethink about that, because she cooks a lot of different things from scratch. So
well,
for me,
go ahead.
Everything is good.
I had gotten to the point where I could like eat my salads with just like a squeeze of lime on them, like no dressing or nothing.
Yeah, that's me.
That was a little while ago. I was in top like dietary and fitness form at that time, but that was a few years ago. So I'm trying to get it back.
Yeah, that's me. That's all I need. Some capers, some arugula. And I'm good. OtisWho? Good day, sir. How you feeling?
Hey, what's going on? Peace to the panel. Peace to you, Sharon. Peace to you, PH Diva, and the chat. How's everybody doing this great day?
Good day.
We are doing well. We are talking healthy. We are talking about getting out these toxic peoples out your life. You also got to get out toxic food. I started off one day. I was dancing on top of bars, butt ass naked, and expressing myself. And all the ladies was throwing dollars at me. Yep, it wasn't a titty bar neither. It was a regular bar. And my wife, she was over there egging me up. She's like, "That's my babe. That's my boo."
Surely she wasn't.
Absolutely, she was. She was my cheerleader. You crazy?
Well, I'm glad you got the Hennessy stage. I'm glad you passed that Hennessy stage. That's disgusting.
And then we went from there. How we went from toxic relationships. How it goes from the toxic mindset to all the toxic mantras I had in my mind to justify why I drank every day. To now, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I barely even eat things with season. I'm like, I don't want none of that shit. The most thing I want is like cayenne pepper and some red pepper. That's mostly what I like.
I like cayenne and red pepper too.
Yeah.
Spicy is my thing.
Yeah, me too. I like spiciness.
Absolutely. Spicy is good for me till you get to a certain age, and then you start to experience it's too early to talk about it, but you experience the H word if you eat too much spicy foods. So be careful as you get older.
What's the H word?
But yes.
Oh, okay.
Got a little itchy butt.
No comment. Come on, man. Let's change the topic, bro. You crazy, you crazy, man. Come on, bro.
That's hilarious.
But so the conversation I wanted to have was about love. Like, how much love is really needed in these relationships? Because Shawnee O'Neal, she said she don't really think she ever loved Shaquille O'Neal, even though they was in like a 12-year relationship, I believe 7-year marriage. They had 5 kids within the 12 years. So that's like a kid every 2 years. But she came on the Tamron Hall show and she just was like, I don't know something came over me. And I feel like none of this money all this money that we have and all these things that we accumulated, I didn't attribute to none of this. And she had this strange thing that's going through her body that she felt like she had to bring her own income into the household, even though it was never needed. And I thought that was strange as hell.
That is strange. And how's the correlation from what you just said to
being
her not really loving him?
Right. So
things, right.
So yeah, so she later on. So now that when we fast forward after they get divorced, she go ahead and get married again to another man, and she says now she feels all this love, and now with this new love that she got, she realized she ain't never loved her first husband.
You know, honestly, I just feel like, okay, but why are you telling us this? You know what I mean? Like, you're married to this other man, you in love with this other man, even though, now personally, I think the man's a demon. His face screams demon to me.
Which
but
one?
She'll figure that out. The man she married to now.
Her new pastor wife. Yeah, right, her new pastor husband. Yeah.
Oh, he's a pastor.
Yeah, he's a pastor.
He's a pastor.
Yeah.
I think he's a demon. Nevertheless, but if you there and you in love, talk about that. You don't need to talk about how you felt about a marriage a man that you was married to or have been divorced from for over a decade.
Like, and have all the kids around.
Right. Why we need to talk about this?
And that's the part that is strange to me. So you saying all this, you want your whole independence. The reason why y'all start to have y'all falling out because you want your independence. You realize all these things that you have is not really yours technically because you didn't contribute to it besides the children. Besides that, she probably been living in postpartum for the whole 7 years of their marriage, right? Because they was having the kid every 2 years. We know postpartum can last up to 5.
They was married for more than 7 years, right?
No, they was married.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they was married for 7. They had their first kid in 1997, and I believe they got married in 2000 or 2002.
I believe they've been married longer than
7 years.
Now they've been together for 12 though.
Okay.
Like, they've been together for 12, but actually, legit married only 7 years married.
Okay.
But I think with the divorce, if you add the divorce of when they separated, I think it's 9 years altogether to make it official. But they was separated for like 2 years before the divorce.
Okay. So, with her saying the part about her feeling like she needed to bring her own income in, that reminds me of, remember when Gabrielle Union was saying that her and the man go 50-50, and it was because he basically held that over her head, right? So when they got married and she moved into his home, helping him take care of his knucklehead children, because this was way before she got her own. I mean, they had their own together. She said that they got into, or he said that they got into it, and he said something about his house that he paid for, and she was saying, you'll never be able to hold that over my head again, right? So from then on, they started going 50-50. And so what that just reminds me of that. And so what likely happened was that Shaq was holding that over her head too, right? And so that's why she would feel the need to, okay, well, I got to bring my own stuff in, not to mention that Shaq and his dick was all over the place. And so I can understand why she probably didn't love him for real, but the circumstances or the conditions were conducive to her actually loving him, right? I still don't think we need to be talking about it at this point. It's done. It's over with. But yeah, so I can understand all of that.
So the reason why I can't understand, say if me and you, PhD, but we got together, you got 12, you got all your 30 properties and everything. I make decent money, like money-wise, we kind of at the same thing, but I move into your house. So we don't have a disparity there, but you have all these properties. I move into your house. Mm-hmm. Like me personally, me being the man who I am, me personally, I know most people, most human beings, this is gender neutral with this. Most human beings cannot deal with this. But if you just say, this is my house, I pay these bills, I'm not going to feel no way. Because I went in there knowing that this is your house. So when you say, this is my house and I make the rules, I'm like, all right, babe, shit, why you beefing? And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that. Why you bring that up? And, so that's how I would look at it personally. I wouldn't look at it as a dig because I got in the situation knowing that is always a possible anger dart that you could throw at me. And I would make sure I diffuse it by saying, I understand that this is your house. I'm not trying to change whatever that argument was with Gabrielle, and like I'm not gonna feel like she felt like something's over her head. That's crazy to me. That is the person that you laid next to. I would never feel ashamed of the person that laid next to me to ask that person for anything, especially if I'm putting my face in it.
But so the thing is, So when the man says this is my house, right? It means that you have less say and that type of thing. But for a woman, it's crazy because okay, this may physically be your house, but motherfucker, I'm the one turning this house into a home. I'm the one setting the conditions up in this bitch to where, we happy in this motherfucker and, everybody coming home, feeling safe, feeling secure. And so don't tell me no shit about this your house.
See, look, me and you got the same type of argument. Okay, this is your house, but this is what I brung to it. And I would have the same thing. This is what I brung to house, whether it's like security, whatever it is that I feel like I brought to that situation. I feel the exact same way. Like, yes, this is yours, but I brought this to it. So don't be trying to use this as some goddamn whipping stick or a good argument that to defeat me and make me feel belittled of myself. I feel exactly how you feel with that. And I don't understand why other human beings do not feel the same way, especially you put a finger in his butt, Gabri.
Oh my God.
Right. I'm the one that put the finger in your ass, nigga.
Oh my God.
Tell me about no damn bills you pay in the house. What up, Otis?
Let me bring up a point. Let me see. I think let's go back to the Shiny situation. I believe it's layered, and you guys let me know if you agree with this. She said that she really wasn't in love with him until after she left and got with her new husband. She didn't realize it then, and she wasn't in love. So when you in the relationship, I do believe two people could be married, and one could be more in love with the other one, or one person cannot even be in love at all. It happens. It happens. It is what it is. If she already feels like she's not in love with him, then of course she doesn't feel like she's contributing to the household for some strange reason. He probably did throw it up in her face, but if she feels like she's not in love with him, of course she doesn't feel like she's part of the household. She's not bringing or contributing. She's just there having his babies. So that led to that feeling of, it's not really my house. I don't really love him. He the one laying down the law, giving out the money and all that stuff. I'm not really bringing anything. He makes all the money. What can I actually do? Some women feel like that. They feel like they're not bringing anything to the home when they really bringing everything to the home. You're having that man kids. You're keeping the house clean or whatever you keep it in order. But in her mind, it wasn't enough. She wanted to feel more. Unfortunately, I think that's what it is. So that led to that other thing. Did that make sense? I'm rambling a little bit, but did it make a little bit of sense?
No, absolutely. I never understood this. I need to feel more, and then use the same person to feel more about. So you want to feel more. You want to feel like you have your own situation, but yet you make basketball wives. That's crazy to me. So you still want to be a part of said situation.
But
so
that was a business move. She didn't do that after she left, right? Did she do that after she left? I could be wrong. My timeline is off. Did she go into a basketball wives after she left Shaq, or she was still doing that when she was with him?
I'm not sure, but I gotta also bring up Yamagose. Hamagate.
There was my baby at.
I'm not sure of the timeline. I'm not sure, but I just think it's crazy how people would just feel like disappointed with themselves or disappointed with somebody else and say, I just feel like I didn't bring nothing into it. Like, what are you talking about? What is this thing that you want to make for yourself? I do not understand that, not one bit, as a housewife, so especially a housewife that has all of these things that's connected to you from this man, and also your life still revolves around this man, because the most popular thing that's going to be said about you is what you say about him. So still, where's you creating this whole I did this on my own shit? Then if that's the case, then go ahead and create it and stop crying about it. Even though Shaq, he is a demon himself, though, because he got the 21-year-old. He was hollering at homeboys. He was in homeboys DM talking about he want the man's baby. Like, what the hell is wrong with Shaq?
Wait, what man DM he was in talking about a baby? What baby?
Yeah, so Clay, but Shaq cleared it up when he said baby. He met the homeboy's girlfriend, so he was trying to steal homeboy's girlfriend and tell him about how he about to steal homeboy's girlfriend.
Oh, get out of here. Shaq really need to stop twisting.
So Shaq is a demon.
What's going on?
What up, Lamar Black Attack? How do you feel about a woman that is being fully taken care of, and then 7 years later she says she needs to do something at home? She needs her own income, and she doesn't understand why she had this internal feeling about herself, but she needs to do it on her own. On my own.
Well, I don't blame her because she wants something to do. A woman can't help you do nothing. So if women are supposed to be men helpers, she need to help you do
What you
something.
say?
Is women supposed to be men helpers, right?
Mm.
She can't help you do nothing. So he's already filthy rich. So I think she just needed something to do.
Okay, I agree with you there. I do.
She doesn't need anything to do it, and so she used this.
He should have put her to work. Yeah.
She needed something. So, but this is why I think it probably was dangerous for her to have so many goddamn children. Because I believe all their children is just them too. They have 5 children, right? But she probably never wanted 5 kids, and she never got out of postpartum, and that's what essentially broke them up because she was imbalanced. And Shaq, we know Shaq ain't no cheap husband and no shit like that. It's not like he had all this money, he was hoarding it. No, he probably was giving it, but she and him, they both couldn't figure out. Shaq, like, man, I don't gotta deal with this shit. I'm about to be on TNT. Right after, because I think they got divorced right after he retired. That's crazy too.
No, it's pretty common. People get divorced after the men retire because now they're in the house together. They might can't stand each other.
But even then, Shaq probably wasn't in the house that much.
Hey,
he was still very busy man.
Busy, okay.
He was a very busy man. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just wild to me that she made all this thing, and then now you want to make sure you say that you didn't love him and you never knew love like this, and I never knew love like this before.
No, but check this out, though. I just thought about something. Seriously,
God,
in a weird way, because I'm pro marriage. I love marriage. I love being with my wife.
Okay.
I love it. In a weird way, she probably felt like, damn, he making all this money. What really is there left for me? Okay, this one to say. Can you for real understand her? He got all the money. She could have stayed there and said nothing. Be the wife that's not in love with her husband. She likes him, but she's not in love with him. No sexual desire, no nothing. They have the kids. The legacy is laid out. She could have easily just sat back and continue to reap the rewards of what he has what he has established. But she left. To me, that's a encouraging thing that she left that wealth nest to go out and start over and start her own. I have to commend her in that eye because she still could have just laid and been in a relationship that she's not feeling loved.
And just take all the money away. So you saying that? So you saying that she also, even though she's going to be demonized for leaving this over 6 foot man, over $10 million man, successful, smart, all these things, businessman, all these savvy things. She never had to work a day in her life if she didn't want it to.
Right.
You give her applause because most men would, demonize her for that because they would say, no man is safe. No matter what you do, a woman could just one day wake up and leave, even though Shaq did horrible things within that 12-year frame of relationship or the woman that he slept with and allowed his wife to find out about it. That's crazy in itself, right? That's a whole nother, but no man's ever going to bring that part up in the conversation.
Right,
They're just going to say, hey, she just one day up and decided to leave, right? So we go through all that. Then she says, I need my own. So you saying she needs some applause to leave that man alone, take whatever she took, the half that she took, because it is partially hers, whatever she got out of it, take that and go and build with another man that is maybe a demon-looking man, how y'all said it.
Stop adding all the extra stuff on there, man. I get what you're saying, but stop all the extra stuff. All I'm saying is if anyone, male or female, is in a marriage and their significant other is the quote-unquote breadwinner and all the money and everything is there, don't know all behind the scenes what's really going on, but the optics, the money is there. I would assume, and please, I don't want to get bum rushed, the average person, male or female, would stay in that situation because it's comfortable. The money's already there, bills already paid, it's set up, this, that. Yeah, we having all the issues. I know he don't really love me. I really don't love him. But hey, where else am I going to go? A lot of women and men, not just women, stay in that situation. They do. So I'm commending her for just leaving and say, hey, I'm just going to start my life here. That's all I'm
because
saying.
we also got to remember she was cheating too. She was paying the
I don't know about all that. See, I don't know.
Oh yeah, she was. Oh, you didn't know?
No,
She
I
was,
see all the ins and outs
hey,
like that.
She was paying a little young local rapper. She was paying his whole local rap career. Like she was just feeding him money, buying his jewelry, buying his cars, just so she could get a little bit of that get back peen.
Okay, see, okay, I ain't know none of this. See, I'm just okay. I got you. Again, okay. Is it? I'm not finna
using your husband money.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Hey, Otis, as we peel back the onion, you know, we're gonna start to cry a little bit.
Too much stuff going on, bro. See, I ain't got that type of money. But we got to understand when people have that type of money, and I believe this in my heart, they have agreements and arrangements. They have contracts. If I was wealthy and I'm with my wife and we have an understanding, most women live like this. They don't want to admit it. You could do whatever you want to do, sir. But here are the 3 to 4 requirements. Don't make any outside babies. Don't bring me any diseases. And don't get caught in public, because if it comes back to me, however way, we're going to get a divorce.
Damn.
That's a lot of, not a lot, that's what some people are. That's what they have when they have money like that. They don't care. They know it's a sexless marriage. They understand that. They there for the optics. They there for the contract. They know that. But if they get caught, that's how I feel like with the Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and a lot of rich folks. They got
different
caught.
situations, yeah.
So now when we hear her say about this,
forced marriages, I ain't talking about the same situation though. I'm talking about just the optics as far as rich folks being married, and then when a marriage situation get out, for us they having issues. That's where I believe the situation happens. They already knew, they already had that agreement prior to that, but the public found out about it. So now they got to play their role. Oh, I'm shocked. You did what? Nah, the public found out. Now I got to play my role because I'm going to look stupid if they find out I agreed to this shit.
So now when we
now when
we mind this out, so do we need love to build a successful marriage? Do Shawnee actually needed to be in love with Shaq to make the marriage justifiable? Was it a successful marriage? They have 7 kids, right? No, they have 5 kids within a 7-year marriage, 12-year relationship. Is their relationship successful, even though they neither one of them actually had no love involved in it, because he was out there slinging dick all left and right. She was out there opening her legs to any rapper that was willing to be sponsored by her. Is love necessary for these relationships?
No, I don't believe love is necessary. I apologize for Brian. I know if he was going to go, I apologize. No, love is not necessary. We see it every day. Love is not necessary. Shit. I believe in my heart, a lot of marriages, when they come together, one person is more in love than the other.
Damn.
I don't know what the numbers are, but I doubt the same people, 2 people have the same amount of love for one another. One is going to be more in love than the next based on the situation. Now, if one is not in love, they just there for the ride, you won't necessarily find that out till later on. But realistically, no, you don't need love to be married and to be together. Of course not. Of course not. Absolutely not. I'd be naive to believe that. Would I want it? Yes. But it's required? Of course not.
What you think, Lamar? Do you need to love your wife to stay with your wife? Not you per se.
No. I think it can grow over time. I think you do need to like them though.
Yeah.
Like you live with somebody you don't
probably, but I feel you.
No, you don't. You at least gotta like the motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, like you at least want to be around them. Like to be around. But I get what you're saying. You can't. Yeah, I got you.
I think love can grow over time, and if it doesn't, then like I said, you have to make a decision. You want to stay or you want to leave. Depends how much money. But I do got another question.
Wait, before you go, can somebody please block Black Like a Conquering King for 10 seconds? Time that man out for 10 seconds, because I do not understand why he come here to unsupport the show. Like, you hear every day.
Black talking about Black on the mess of the day. Come on, Black.
Stop unsupporting the show. Time that man out for 10 seconds. Thank you.
Come up on the panel, man. Come up on the panel and talk, man. You come on. I ain't seen you in a minute. I miss you. Come on. Come on, Black Conquering King.
Well, you're not going to be able to see him anyway. You know, he's so black.
Oh my God! I'm turning my light out. Turn my light. Wait a minute.
I don't know why he want to just hate. So any of my moderators, y'all see Black like a congregant, time him out for 10 seconds to let him know.
But you know what though, Sharon, all jokes aside, when in my 20s, because you already know we've been around long enough. I think a little crazy. I think a little, it is what it is. And that's why I like you, because you move to your own drum beat too. I respect that. At one point in my life, I'm not gonna lie, I used to feel that I could date anyone and we could get married right then and there and it will work out. We don't have to be in love. We just make it work. I used to feel that way. I really did in my 20s, because on paper, it looks like that will work. Because most marriages in the day, that's how it was. It was arranged. And they had to, quote unquote, fall in love later on down the line. But these families want us together. We're going to merge our purse together, our wealth together, and these two kids going to get married, and it is what it is. They didn't love each other, but somehow, I don't know how productive the marriage was, but in my mind, in the early 20s, it worked. So I used to feel that way. But then I got into my 30s and realized, for me, you got to at least like me. At least show something. You know what I'm saying? Now I want that love. I want that love. But is it really, really necessary? Of course not. Of course not, especially as you get older. And I'm talking for the people who 50 plus. As you get older, love is not really required like that. It's the respect and the companionship at that point. It really
absolutely.
is.
I think like is a little bit better, because clearly Black Kid Like a Concrete, he loves me. So that's how come every time he comes here, he throws unsupport to the show instead of actually showing support. But if he actually liked me, he would probably have more respect for me, and he would show love and respect to the show. And he would tell people, you should hit the like button. He would tell people, hey, send $1. But anywhere else that I would go, right? This is how he showed love, Otis. This is so crazy, right? This is how much he loves me. If I go on another person's panel, he will make sure he'll send a super chat to make sure I see him. How crazy is that kind of love? So yes, I would rather you goddamn like me, because if you like me, you might actually show support. You might hit the like button instead of coming my chat and say, don't support. Don't send a super chat. Look at him begging. He asking for likes. Everywhere else, he would do it willy-nilly, no problem at all. I think it's kind of crazy how people have this twisted idea of love and like. It's the people that they actually love, they would do the opposite thing.
True. Hey, unfortunately, that's true. And a good part about it, I rock with Black. Black, another guy that marches to his own beat. He really does. I don't agree with a lot of shit he say, but he's a man. I respect him as a man, but Black be tripping sometimes. Bring your ass up here on this panel, man.
Oh,
and
don't
stop
say Black,
fighting.
You say my name.
Show your face and fight. I had to take a break for a minute. Come on up.
And like for example, I always use this example with the liking versus the love situation, right? Because when you like somebody, and like everybody know, I talk with my hands. They tease me about me talking with my hands.
Me too.
Right? So now if I talk with my hands all the time, I'm very expressive with my communication, right? So now if my wife, she put my drink in front of me and I knock it over, because I like my wife. I was like, damn, babe. And she like, don't worry about it. I was like, I got it, and I go and clean it up. I go towel and everything. But now if I love my wife and she put the drink in front of me and I'm talking my hands, I knock it. I'm like, why the fuck you put that goddamn drink in front of me? You know goddamn well I was gonna knock it off. I talk with my hands all the goddamn time. That's how I'm gonna talk to her all of a sudden. That's how it happens with love. It's just like with Harlem Nights. They said, why you put the goddamn orange juice in the goddamn refrigerator? No, it was just a swallow.
Okay, good point. Good point.
And then what he said, well, swallow the shit and shut the fuck up then.
Yeah, good point. And I'm listening. I'm glad you said that, because let's be real. Another great topic, great conversation. Me and my wife, we go through this all the time. I have to sit back and just relax, and we look at each other, and I'm like, wow. And it's funny, but it's true. We tend to, for some reason, we tend to be more aggressive and say the most craziest things to the person we really do love, versus how we react to somebody that we just like. Now, you do that same thing. You spill that same orange juice, like you just said, like I do, me moving my hands. I do it all the time with my equipment here, and I knock it over, whatever. if we just friends or we associates, I'm not going to get that animated. All right, you cool, dog. Don't worry about it. But let my wife be here. Damn, babe, what you? So you are so right. So after I do that, here it is. I have to sit back. I'm like, why did I just act like that? And I love my wife.
That's called crazy.
Like that. Why did I respond like that to this motherfucker I don't even like that? And I know I'm not the only one. And you just gave an example of it. That shit is true. That is crazy. We tend to be more disrespectful to those that we love and truly would do anything for. But our verbal words don't say that. That's crazy. So I can see how it's a mixed bag for my wife at times. How you love me and you just snapped at me?
Right.
But my accent would be, I love you because we've been together since 1998. Why did you put it there? So it goes both ways, but they don't see it that way though. Damn, Sharon.
And like I said, I'm gonna bring up this guy. We ain't gonna be able to see him. But it's all good.
No, hell no. I'm not gonna use
Stop doing him like that. Boy, you stupid as hell.
Nah, man.
Is it midnight over there? What the
Hey,
fuck?
Black, don't let him do you like that, man. Come on. No, but don't let him do you like that.
You should already know, Otis. I don't give a damn what he talking about. My beef right now is with Diva. She was talking the most slack off camera today, ma'am. I want you to pull up on camera. And I'm asking everybody in the chat. We boycott the like button until she show her face on camera. But all the slack she be talking.
Okay.
I fucks with you, man.
No Diva, no like ninja. We on strike.
And listen, y'all we really gonna have a great show right now. We are gonna have some of the most beautiful and agreeable ladies on the show right now. We have a panel full of beautiful young ladies that do not ever interrupt or disrupt. Shout out to Sherry Berry, Happy, and Trinidad TTT. We are gonna have the most respectful and uninterrupted conversations we ever had on this show today.
A panel of the beautiful.
Peace, lady. Peace, my beautiful lady.
We can start our own panel.
Right. Excuse me. Happy Mother's Day.
Are they the same people?
Happy Mother's Day.
They the same people, right? Are they different people?
Y'all
ain't right. Y'all not right. Now, hopefully, after this, they'll all be able to distinguish Happy's voice, okay, from Trinidad and Sherry Berry's voice. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh man,
I never knew I needed.
Happy. What?
I love all of y'all. I love all of y'all.
I have a question for the ladies before we get started.
No, I got a question. My question.
I'm gonna tell my camera for a few minutes. I don't want to get caught laughing.
Say about me, babe.
No damn dirty bastard, sister.
All right, so hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. All right, let's get back to the conversation, ladies.
I want to get on Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Shaquille, what's her name? What's the girl name?
Trinidad, be quiet. We finna walk to the
my turn. No, it's my turn. I just want to say one little sentence. That's it. Shawnee O'Neal using his name to do her brand. Nobody saying nothing about that. And you don't like the man. Don't call me no heifer. I
know because that woman was married to that man and she took a lot of shit. Go get your furniture off from the side of the dumpster. And you talking about Shawnee. Your mama had to come to your house. You don't tell no woman. You heard what the hell I just said.
You're not talking about
me. You ain't giving not a damn woman no damn advice till you get that furniture from going to the dumpster.
I'm not giving a woman advice.
If your mama had to show up at your house and correct the man that you with. You not
You better
woman
mind the
enough.
business that mind
Be
your
the
own.
next woman
Because
in line.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
giving
done
no woman
told
advice.
you. I
What
done
is
told you.
wrong?
I done told. Fix
What
your
is going
teeth.
on?
If he knocked him
What is
out,
Whoa.
you should have put him right back. If he really loved you, fix your teeth and quit talking that shit. Sit down, little girl.
what?
Now I almost said another word, but I'm trying to be nice like Trinidad. Stop it.
You know what's in sight? I'm gonna let you
Do
know. This
you
is the
know?
internet.
Do
This is the
you
internet.
know?
You couldn't
Do
say
you?
that to me in my
Yes,
face.
I
So
will
I'm gonna
say
let
it
well enough
all
be.
up in your
I'm gonna
face.
let well
I
enough be.
can't believe my
I'm
man
gonna
ain't
leave well
never
enough.
with me. My
I
man ain't
believe
never
well
thought
enough
about
be.
me. You wanna
I
know?
leave well
Sharon,
enough
right,
be.
all right.
You right.
All right. Y'all gonna have to calm down. All
Oh
right.
shit, that's crazy, man.
My goodness. We cannot have y'all are too crazy to have y'all all at the same time. We gotta have y'all in doses, goddamn it.
What was that, Sharon? What was that? I'm for real. What was that? I enjoyed it, sadly, but what was that? God.
Let me get to the super chats.
Oh my God.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Woo. All right, let's go. David and Sharon, the new Montel Williams in the morning. Also, Otis back and can take it. Yikes. We got E the Man Williams with the 199. Blowing Bubbles 2024. I don't know what that means actually.
Yeah, okay. That's something he got from Big Mufasa, right? And
got
we was
you.
on J Prince channel and shit. He
Okay.
can't get that out his motherfucking head. Now, salute to you at Edelman, right? Because
Okay.
he best to be blowing bubbles. That's what the husband need to be doing, for sure.
LEM with the 499 super sticker. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support and love. Harmonic Uterus with the $2. Thank you so much for the love and the support. I appreciate you. Shout out to David Riches. Otis, you want to address the hater for coming back?
I don't get that. Do you want to address the hater for coming? Who's the hater?
I don't know.
Is it me? I don't know who's the hater. Just YouTube people, stop it. It works. That's all I can say.
So, Black, why do you come up here to purposely try to unsupport the support?
Listen, I'm not trying to even disrupt your show at this point. I'm just trying to address a single individual, right? And unfortunately, you're just a casualty of the situation. You should be actually trying to help resolve this matter by asking her to cam up one time so that all of us plebes in the audience can see the goddess divine that she is. But
so now my question to you is this.
Well, wait,
my
why the fuck do you care, nigga?
Happy, relax. Happy.
Mind your fucking business. Worry about your wife or whoever the fuck you fucking and not fucking. Don't worry about PhD, and what the fuck she look like, nigga. This ain't your fucking show.
Off camera.
This is the Ryan show. This ain't your fucking show. Why you worried about PhD?
She off camera ramming.
All right, so
yes,
now
I am off camera, but everybody seen me before multiple times, bitch. And the point is, this ain't your fucking show. You don't need to see her, and if you don't like it, why the fuck are you here?
And I got you 1 second in the back. I got you the second. So Black. So what? So you said if you see PhD, but that's going to change what?
It'll change my opinion on the amount of smack she be talking, because at the end of the day, like you're saying, like I feel like it's disrespectful that all the males usually show their face on camera, whether you feel like you're handsome or not handsome, doesn't matter, whatever the case. But she's off camera talking the most smack about your looks. I feel like that's unfair. If you want to judge, you should be judged too. Pull yourself up.
Says the nigga with a fucking lion as an avatar. Shut the fuck up.
I've been on this camera, and Sharon will tell you. All these gentlemen will tell you they've seen me on this camera, so I don't know what you talking about.
And guess what? PhD, but don't care. Neither do I, because we don't want to fucking see you, nigga.
Okay.
And we don't want to show our face.
Okay.
And that's PhD, but business, nigga. Why the fuck you so worried about her fucking looks, bitch? She don't want you. You ain't her motherfucking type. And
I don't want her either, but if she gonna talk shit about how I look, I feel like it's only fair that I get to see the goddess divine. And if you feel angry about it, you must be a duck hiding behind the screen too. What you mean?
The world wasn't fair, and you knew that shit back then, ho. Why the fuck is you here complaining? You hating bitch.
So Black,
what
are the reasons?
you little Jedi mind trick somewhere the fuck else, nigga?
What's going on, you, man?
No, fuck you and your feelings.
Whatever you say, mama.
Okay. Hey, Happy. I want to speak to Happy. I like what Happy in this interview. Get his ass, Happy.
Better him than me, huh?
I'm not even with that. Like,
so Black, so Black, so we do understand that women do not come up because most of the time men would just only try to talk about their looks instead of having a conversation about what they actually saying. That's what most men would do. Most men just use any woman attributes as a argument to disrespect them instead of actually going off of their words. And that's the issue why most women do not want to come up, because men, they just want, oh, let me see you. Like that makes a difference of the argument. Even if you see her, it doesn't change how she said about you and what you look like.
Fortunately, I agree. Yeah.
What did she say, Sharon? What she said?
Can I jump in here and disrespect your conversation for a minute?
Yes, ma'am. We
I
apologize.
think men want that free. What is the internet back page YouTube thing where they get the they come to YouTube and be trying to look at girls for free. And especially you poor, broke, mud-footed, nut-ass African motherfuckers that swear y'all king, but we got roles over here. And even if the men over here, these black men over here, was dolphins, they build concrete roads for women.
You said eat him as a dope fiend?
Not walking barefooted through the rain, mud. You let me handle this right now, young man.
She talking about they got mad because I said I ain't listen to no damn crackhead. I don't care what they build. So that just is what it is.
But the thing is, they were crackhead.
Okay, hold on, Sherry. You got to say what you have to say. Hold on 1 second, Sherry. Thank you for your patience. I'm glad that Black finally got his head.
I love my black men and fuck an African. Okay. African. That's what y'all.
Okay, Sherry, give me a second. I also want to welcome to the show somebody that my guy, Vegeta's Temple.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, I
love Vegeta. Hey, shout out to my guy.
Get your woman, Nitus.
Get your girls. Hoping I see him today. I can't wait to see him.
Jesus, can I at least bring him into the damn camp? Let me just allow the man to come up. Shit. Welcome, Vegeta's Temple, to the show. We're going to go with Ida Man Williams. He has some things to say, and we are happy that Black finally got a comb through his hair without breaking it. That is awesome. I feel sorry for that lady's fingers. But go ahead, Ida Man Williams.
I want to come in because I know we got two elders want to talk about something else. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I want to comment on this Shaquille O'Neal thing first, right? So the first thing is this woman did not do anything wrong. Matter of fact, she did what 75%. She did what 75% of women would have did when you're dealing with a man that actually have money. Shaq have had money since the beginning.
Y'all mean I wouldn't get up here.
Lord, Sherry, let the man finish. Sherry, hold on. You won't have to wait for a few seconds, Sherry. Go ahead, Ida Man.
Shaq have never went through this broke and dusty stage or this trying to make it stage. So you got to understand, this man went into the NBA right after college. He was the man in college. He had all these money coming into college. I know people don't think that they was getting paid, but he was getting paid. He was driving all these different cars, and then he went to the NBA. See, it's a reason in other cultures that they tell you that they give the couple so much money so they can spend time together, so they can fall in love, right? Because it's a falling in love thing that happened. And what happened is this man said basketball was his career. He was messing with all these hoes, and that nigga was gone all the time. How do you fall in love with somebody who's never there? That is just the honest truth. And then when she come back and say, hey, you know what? I might been in love with the lifestyle. I might been in love with what it could be and not actually the man because, the money been attached to the man. I think she's being honest. And so many people in this space get so upset when people start telling the truth. They want you to lie and say that you was in love with somebody you was not in love with. That's crazy.
Can I please say this?
Not yet.
No,
not
baby.
yet. Not yet. Hold on. Just hold it for a second, Sherry. Thank you. I appreciate you. I also want to get in Vegeta's Temple. What would you like to? Would you like to comment on what either man just said, or you want to comment in general about this love thing and relationship?
Two things. First, I was asking about my wrench in the chat. That's one. Second thing, either man is right. Shaq said he was playing the field and messing around when he was with Shawnee, and they don't have no problem. And if they don't have no problem, we shouldn't have no problem. And then where he's talking about they gave them people money to let them get to a place where they can fall in love, those are arranged marriages, either man.
I just talked about that earlier.
Typically back in a lot, and arranged marriages tend to last longer than other marriages.
No, they don't.
Correct. What I'm saying is that Shaq was honest, and he told us that it was no time that he was only entertaining this one woman.
I agree with you. I just agree with you about that.
I got you. So what I'm saying is, what people don't understand is one of the key factors of falling in love is actually spending time with each other.
No, but
I agree with you. Are you disagreeing with my agreement with you?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I am actually going to a farther point the point that I'm making is that we agree upon that point. The point that let me ask you this question, because I was really having a conversation with everybody, not just you. You just responded, right? The whole point that
you said these old niggas. I heard that part.
Nigga, that was yesterday. See, I told you, but it's just triggering. It's almost like T-Rex. When I say something yesterday, they get it today. Nah, but
you said it
these old niggas today. But the whole point that I'm saying,
I took my notes.
You got your notes. Okay, cool. But the whole point that I'm trying to help people understand is, I will argue that majority of the people, especially in that time when we started talking about the 90s and the 2000s, most of y'all weren't in love. Now y'all might have fell in love later, but y'all got married too quick and y'all wasn't in love. That's just what it is.
That's going on now. That's not a time period.
That's subject.
Otis, the thing with the young men, they don't understand how to listen. I said typically those people gave those people money because those were arranged marriages. Like an example, we take a movie like Coming to America. Remember all those wives he had in Zamunda that was barking and doing whatever he wanted them to do, and he says that he felt that was oppressive, so he came to America to find a woman who actually wanted him versus a woman who was made for him. So I agree with the man, but he just want to fight.
Now,
Otis, you think I'm fighting?
Yeah, you did say that. You did say it.
I'm not arguing. See, the whole point is I'm not arguing that me and him
you're not arguing, but you won't shut up.
Go ahead, Miss Sherry. You're right. I'm sorry. I was told yesterday I need to start listening to my elders, regardless of what their reality is. I should listen to all my elders. So let's be quiet and listen to our elders. Put Miss Shirley back on the camera so we can listen to our elders again.
We agree with you, either man.
Her name is not
Here's what it is. Johnny is a woman scorned. And she'll do anything to scar his heart like her heart was scarred. You have to look at their relationship. Superhead. Shaq slept with was in the book. Shawty was sitting there as a good wife trying to be a respectful relationship. And Superhead come in the picture. What woman, respectful woman, wouldn't be hurt by it? Now, was she wrong saying, I never loved you? Bitch, you was wrong for that.
Goddamn.
Otis,
all right, thank you, Sherry.
Do you blame Shaq for sleeping with Superhead?
No, that's all you heard. That's all you heard. But I know you gotta do it.
Hold on, Sherry. So I also want to welcome to the show, Jack. Knock it off. Good day, sir. How you feeling?
Feeling like I'm in the right body finally. What's up?
Oh my
I
God!
got
Hold
a
on.
question for
Whoa,
Otis
whoa,
when I
whoa! Time
can.
out! Time out! Stop! I apologize, Jack. Hey, Jack, knock it off. What is that
Yeah.
damn avatar? What in the
People keep calling
hell?
me white, so I said, you know what? I went and Googled what is a white black man, and
Wow! Look at this
apparently it
dude.
said it's an albino man. So I said, you know what? I'm
The
albino
hell is
now.
this avatar?
It's an
Okay, so
albino man.
to the
He's
subject, please.
albino. He's black, but you
Subject.
can call him white. So I'm like, it makes sense. Does it make sense? I
Hey,
keep
so
saying I'm a black
Otis.
man. Y'all keep calling me white. I said, you know what? Let me go find a white black man because I can't appear on screen because I'll be an actual black man. So I'm like, I gotta help them fulfill that narrative they got in their head. So now we're both equally great. I'm in the one black. Albinos are black. You want to call me white? You can call me white. So it makes sense,
It does.
right?
So now, Jack, knock it off. Do you believe you need love to be in a long-lasting, successful marriage?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to come from your spouse.
Oh shit!
Can you
No, I don't mean
elaborate
like
on that?
extramarital affair. I
Oh
mean like,
shit.
yeah, you can be in a marriage if you were loved by your parents, and then you don't really need to have the love from your spouse. You guys could just like fulfill your duties and stuff because you would know how to,
Yeah, that's all I want to hear.
treat
Dude.
yourself with love and shit. You know how to treat yourself with love and do the things that will make you happy because you were loved right by your parents, and therefore you don't need your spouse to be your other half, like they keep saying, because you are a full human being or grown up and all that.
That's a
So
great
so
point.
Jack, knock it off. You don't think that you need that other person to complete you?
Now, if you have a couple of superheads coming around, come on, Nighters.
I'm
Well,
gonna
you
respond
need
to you
that
in a
person to
minute, Lamar,
fulfill
but I'm
their
talking to
duties.
Jack.
Lamar.
You need them to fulfill their duties as a wife. But I mean, the love part that usually does, like Eda Man says, it does usually
No,
come
no,
from just
I'm not
living
talking about
life,
love.
experiencing stuff.
You said the word duty. So since you
Oh,
use the word duty, I'm saying, do you feel that your
oh,
other half should be somebody that completes you? Not
they should
love,
be
duty.
complete you. I mean,
Yes.
you need them to do the things that you can't do that they have stronger suit in.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like play their role. If we both have roles that we're supposed to fulfill, and completing you and your roles as parents and lovers and being married, that kind of thing. I think most people don't know what love is at all.
I don't
That
really
part.
think
I'm
that
glad
I
you
you need
said
them
agree
to
that.
with that
complete
part,
you.
Nightish. I agree with that
Nightdish.
part.
I think you need them to complete the mission. If your mission is to be an honor or service to God, you need them to help complete that. Because I think one of the missions, one of the statements is you got to have a family and do good for the community and stuff like that. And there's like too many roles within that. You can't do it by yourself. Like you can't be the community leader and be the person who raises the family. You need two
Yeah, but
people to do
I
the
was
job.
complete before I met my wife. I ain't need to meet my wife to be complete.
That
That's
part.
what I said earlier.
Well, that's
I said to complete the
individualism. We're
mission.
talking
The mission is to
what
honor
I'm
God.
saying when
You
I
can't
no
do
no
that
no
by yourself.
no.
My bad.
You can be complete as an individual. I understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the family and community and everything else. You can be complete as an individual. She can be complete as an individual. But when y'all come together and do the whole fruitful and multiply thing and be a part of the community, do you need that other half to complete you? That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
The
I
duty
think that
aspect, not the love aspect.
I get what you're saying, but no. The reason we say no to that question, in my opinion, is because we see people creating all this stuff without marriage, without being in love. We see people laying down with each other and still creating families. So this idea that we have to be in love or to be completed or have this completion, no, I think you just need somebody else. And so I disagree that I need you to complete me in a community and not an individual level.
I think somebody else said it better. He said, "You don't." I don't think that most people have an idea of what love is, but
Yeah.
I think
He didn't
I
say
did
it
make a
better.
video
No, he ain't
recently
said it
about
better
that.
than me, Jack. Don't do that. Don't talk about you. Ain't
Oh
about
yeah,
that
it
with me.
was you, either man. My bad. You do give me a big idea, so thank you for that. A lot of people don't really know what love is, and I think I did a whole video about it. And the psychologist that was talking about it, he said the best idea he can come up with is that love is the humiliated self exalted, meaning you want the happiness and betterment of the other person more than you care about anything else.
So
I think if
selflessness.
that's love, I think that's love because I think he even compared it to Christ. Like Christ was willing to humiliate himself, go through pain and all that, just to say, I love humanity, right? I love you. I don't care if you hate me, if you spit on me, I don't care. As long as you're taken care of, as long as you're good, that is what he said that the best definition of love is. And I think you can have that without being romantic because he says romantic love is what most people are pursuing, and romantic love is different from like love. You
Well,
don't even need a
it's five
relationship with
types
a
of love,
person
but
to
are you
experience.
talking about selflessness?
Well, selflessness is an aspect of love, but it's not necessary to love.
Well, when we start talking about love, see, and this is why I believe love, because I don't believe that people who don't believe in God can love like God, right?
Oh
I
shit.
just don't think that's a realistic thing, right? So I
I
believe.
agree.
So the whole point that I'm trying to help people understand is if you don't even have the understanding of the agape love or the God type of love, that means that you actually in what we call a worldly love, a three-dimensional love, right? And when we start
But you
talking about
just said
that,
agape. You didn't say eros. You didn't say philia. You didn't say it's 5.
I
It
got
can't
you,
be up to
Happy.
7.
I got you, Happy. Go ahead, Edom, man. Finish your point.
so when we start talking about, removing God out of the question of love, then we start talking about the love of this world. And I believe that majority of people in that love, and I think that love is truthfully lust. So I think majority of people go into marriage actually in lust. They have nothing to do with the true love.
That is very
All right.
possible. Go ahead, Happy. What's your thoughts?
Okay. What Jack was saying, right? As far as Christ so loved the world, right? He gave his only begotten son, right? He said Jesus died for our sins so that we could be here. Basically, is what he just said, right? And I disagree with Edom Man Williams is saying, because again, like Jack said, and what he was speaking to, a lot of people, some people in their marriages, they believe they follow like the Bible and things like that, right? Or the Torah or the Quran or whatever it may be, different stuff. But what he was speaking to was Christians, right? And their marriage and things like that. So what I don't understand is why there is so much misunderstanding and miscommunication from these men on this panel right now that just had a whole lot of shit to say. But when he said that, now it's a whole different flair, it's a whole different thing. But that's not the thing what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to get that out because it just so happened, because I don't like to forget shit. So I had to let that thought out first. No, but what I'm saying is I disagree with majority of you people have been saying, because my thing is this. I agree with what Jack just said. I do believe in it because that's how I am, and I understand that a lot of people may not be like that, but I don't understand how most of you could say that when you claim you love your children, right? You claim, oh, you do
Say
anything
what,
for your
Happy?
children.
You keep
You
saying you
do.
agree, but what do you
Excuse
agree
you,
with?
I'm not
I was
talking.
actually about to hit that, Otis. Thank you. I was like, what part of what I said do you agree with? Thank you, Otis.
Right. 'Cause, yeah, you keep
Good to
repeating
see you back,
yourself, but you're not
Otis.
Otis,
Where'd
let
you
the
go,
floor
Otis?
talk, because it was not your turn to talk, because when you were talking, I
Okay,
didn't talk over
but
your
Happy.
ass.
So Happy. So
But that's
the
what I
problem. So
started getting
Happy,
into.
Happy. Hold
Then he gonna
on,
cut me off
Happy,
and I
because
said,
this is something that happens that you do all the time. You talk about, you start
nope.
rambling, and we not understanding
No,
what.
I'm not rambling. Listen, that's what I'm saying, because he cut me off, Sharon.
Jesus Christ, Happy.
I
There's
just
nobody.
said,
No, Happy. Do not say somebody cut you up because you cannot talk for 10 minutes straight.
I'm not trying to talk for 10 minutes straight.
But you have been talking for 3 minutes
You know
straight, and
what? Next time I
we didn't
start
say a
talking
word.
after
What I'm
I
saying is
waited
that
an
you got to
hour,
get.
2 hours,
So
please
what I'm
time me,
saying, so what
Sharon.
I'm trying to explain to
Thank
you,
you.
you got to get to what we are having we are having a conversation. So are you talking about the topic? Or are you just rambling? Those are two different things.
No, I'm talking about the topic, but if he was
But
just talking about
you
it,
have not addressed the
so
topic yet.
I
And
did.
you've been
I
talking for
said
3
what Jack
minutes.
said. Okay, so everybody else could talk about love, but I can't. They could stretch it out and
What I'm
start talking
saying,
about different kinds of love, and I can't bring it back to what the topic was. I don't
so
get it.
that's what I'm saying is that you don't need to address other things in the conversation. Don't talk about the conversation. Talk about what exactly that you want to talk about. Don't bring up the conversation. We don't care about your interpretation of the conversation. Just give us your thoughts so we can keep the conversation inside the conversation. Please go ahead.
Okay, and that's what I was trying to do, but then people are
talking. Don't talk about the conversation.
You just
don't talk about the conversation. Tell me your thoughts. I don't
want to talk about the conversation.
About the topic, not the conversation.
I thought the topic was love just now. Was it or was it not love? Was it or was it not?
Talk about what's on. I want to hear. So happy. I want your thoughts, not the conversation about the conversation. Tell me your thoughts on the topic.
No, I just asked you a question, Sharon. That's what I'm saying. You know,
hold on. Can I try, Sharon?
Needing love to stay in a marriage. Was that not the topic?
Happy. Tell me your thoughts. Not the conversation about a conversation. Tell me your thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay, Sharon, I ask again.
Don't ask me nothing, please.
Just go topic?
No, you are not on the topic for the past 3 minutes. You are derailing us from the topic right now.
How should I be derailed? Sharon, I asked you. You said, because you keep saying, "Oh, not your thoughts about."
Again,
I was actually interested in what you were saying, Happy.
Hold on, Jack. So Happy, I do not want to have a conversation. Happy, please. I don't want to have a conversation about the conversation. Just tell me, what's your thoughts on the topic? Do you need love for a successful relationship? That's it.
And that's what I just asked you that 3 times, Sharon. You know what, Sharon? See, this is what I'm really talking about. Okay, don't worry, you wind it back later. But look, okay, yes. And I believe you do. Yes, absolutely. I did, like I said.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I was trying to get there earlier, but Otis want to jump in because his podcast ain't got no love. He already discussed that earlier. We already heard him say, he got in the rain shit, piece of paper bullshit. He the little dog wagging his tail in the back of the barn and shit. Anywho, now that I got that out the way, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yes, I can elaborate it. I can elaborate on it because my thing is this: if I had no love, I don't even understand how I would have family at the end of the day. I don't understand how I would have created my own family or have my own family now. I'm not yet, because we're speaking about marriage, right? My thing is this: if I didn't love that man, I wouldn't be with that man. And if he didn't love me, I wouldn't be with that man. So yes, elaborate. Yes, that's all I got for y'all. And I will wait until somebody else says some bullshit, because y'all always want to make it about yourselves for no reason, and I don't understand it. Y'all could change the topic, but I can't stick on the topic.
Thank
y'all
you,
always
Happy.
trying to mix me up. Even after I just said that, I didn't want to lose my thoughts or nothing, because y'all know my situation.
Can I ask you a question, Happy? Can I ask you a question, Happy?
No, absolutely not. No. So we're gonna bring absolutely not. Stop. So we are going to bring in Chaotic Mufasa to the show. Good day to you, Chaotic Mufasa.
Welcome, Mufasa.
Hey, good day, sir. Good day, sir.
Can you
Sharon?
Go ahead. You got a question?
Sharon, I wanted to ask you a quick question, especially about. Well, to answer the question, I don't think that love is needed for a successful marriage. But one thing I wanted to say is that, real quick, while I'm at work, I think Shawnee O'Neal is lying through her teeth. I think she's always loved Shaquille O'Neal. Her life shows she loves Shaquille O'Neal. And now that she's in a new relationship, she's trying to make her new man feel secure. To say, baby, I never loved him like I loved you. I know, even though her whole life shows that she's loved Shaq. She's always loved him. He's given her whole entire life. She kept his name well after they divorced. And then on top of that, when every time she was on the show, if any of them girls jumped in Shaq DM, she was trying to fight them. So I think she's lying.
So Chaotic.
I believe her.
Chaotic. I mean, Big Mufasa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you think Tina Turner loved Ike?
Ooh.
Hell yeah, she loved that nigga.
Yep.
Cracking
I
on.
do.
No, I think she loved that last name. And I think Shawnee loved that O'Kill last name because it gave her opportunities. Again, I started off up here saying I don't think very many people believe in love, have love, and what a lot of people are into vanity and pageantry, right? They like the wedding, but they don't like the marriage.
Goddamn.
They like what they want is the lifestyle.
Yeah, but
So
neither she just now taking this.
When Tina Turner come from Nutbush, whatever the hell that is, and she meets a great man like Ike, and Ike go give her mother a diamond bracelet and show her, this lifestyle and this luxury. She likes the luxury and the lifestyle, and I think it's the same way with Shawnee. If I can get with a man who, in his young age, get a $180 million deal for basketball, the man is irrelevant. The lifestyle is the thing that's relevant.
No, hold on 1 second.
What's made her stop loving him?
I got you, Bit Mufasa. See, in our society, we convince being infatuated and lusting after someone as love. I don't think nobody arguing that she loved the man, she wanted to have sex with the man, she wanted to have his kids, but she could have had all of those things for that man and still not loved him.
That's what she said she did.
Hold on, can I ask the question? Did she say
she did?
It's not.
Did she say she never loved him, or she was never in love with him?
That's what she has a book about.
No, which one did she say? Did she say I never loved him, or I was never in love with him?
That's her words verbatim. Yes.
No, it's a question. Which one did she say? I was never in love with him, or I never loved him?
That she never was in love. And the way she's going to show respect and love to this new man is by completely detaching herself from that old man.
But see, that's so much like a woman, though. That's so like a woman who gets a new man.
The thing to me is that why would men appreciate that? The new man that she has, and Shaq himself said he's okay with it because he understood that he was a high value man with options and was doing whatever he wanted to do and put her through certain things. So if he don't have a problem with it, why does anybody else?
Checkmate.
Can I ask the question again? Of why I asked the question of if she said she was in love or love?
Hold on, Jack. Before you ask the question,
everybody's saying, even in the comments,
Jesus Christ, I'm talking. I am talking. So before we ask a new question, let's answer Vegeta's Temple's question first, and then we can move the conversation forward. So one more time.
No, you're fine. What was the question?
Go ahead, Vegeta. Ask it one more time so this way we can get the conversation going again. Go ahead.
If Shaquille O'Neal is okay with whatever she's doing, and he has said he's okay with it, why does anybody else feel some different kind of way? What she is saying is, I'm gonna honor the new man, but not being like Whitney Houston Brown. No, just be Whitney Brown because you married to Bobby now, but you Whitney Houston Brown. She don't want to be Shawnee O'Neal, whatever this new man name is. She want to be Shawnee, whatever this new man last name is. What's not honorable about that if you're a man? And Shaq is okay with it.
So I'm confused. So did she? Because she's still to me known as Shawnee O'Neal. Did she change her last name?
She's saying she said verbatim she's going to get rid of the O'Neal because she's marrying a new man. She's just going to be Shawnee, whatever this new man last name is.
And so that's why a lot of people have a problem with it, because Shaquille O'Neal, he represents this great man, right? Because he got all the money, the accolades. This is how they look at it in themselves. They want to take all the good things out of Shaquille O'Neal and put that in themselves, even though they didn't put the accolades, they didn't put the work in for the money, they didn't put none of the work in, and also they don't want to reference the point that he was cheating on her for the whole 12 fucking years neither. They don't want to add that part into it.
And that's why Shaq said that he's okay with what she's doing because Shaq understands what he put her through.
And that's the part that when we have these conversations, they want to leave that part out because they just want to demonize women quick, fast, and in a hurry. And this is why these men are becoming lovers of men, because they only want to look at the good things. They don't want to look at the relationship in whole and totality and say that two people, the reason why people get divorced because two people was involved in it. It ain't just one side. She didn't just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to leave this goddamn man. No, two people are involved in it. Does that happen once in a blue? Yes. But most of the time when people are getting divorced, is because both parties had a part in that fucking divorce. No woman just woke up one day and said, "You are the greatest man of all, and I'm going to leave you now."
So Sherrod, what do you think about the saying "only broke people know what true love is"?
Oh, I never heard that saying before. That's
Right, I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, that's the first.
First time.
I never heard. Hey, nice. You ever
It
heard
makes
that before?
sense. It makes
So,
sense because you got nothing else to love but the person, the other person. They ain't got no money, they ain't got no riches, they ain't got no lifestyle. The only thing you can do is love the person in front of you. So
wow.
yeah,
It's more romantic though. I agree with Jack. It's more romantic when you're broke because you spend your last $5 on a card. It's your last $5.
No, because
You broke. That makes no sense.
can I?
Hold on, one at a time, everybody. One at a time.
No, so it's this saying in Georgia is, would you want the man if he had nothing, right? Only
Okay.
broke people know the true levels of love, right? So the question that I'm asking is, if you're not willing to take that man if he did not have nothing, would you say that you still love him? Or vice versa?
And I think that's what the
Yeah.
marriage is. Like you would take them. It says rich or poor. Most of us got married under those guises, correct? I'm just
Well,
saying.
those vows aren't really being upheld by anybody because everyone believed from anything from I didn't like the way he dressed to he wasn't making me happy or some shit. So
No, we talking about love. We're
Well,
not
you
talking
made a
about
generality, but
That's
I
what
get
I'm saying.
your point.
Yeah.
But
So-
there are a lot of but
So
that
I
would be
think
generality.
I think people that are like so-called whatever this broke thing is, and I just think that people just find themselves dating within a level. So broke people most likely going to marry broke people, and rich people are most likely going to marry rich people. I do not see this influx of all these goddamn rich, wealthy human beings dating down in enough mass where we should even have the conversation about it. The percentage is so low of these super wealthy human beings dating super poor people that is insane that we even have this conversation. But that's because they always grandizing these rich men going ahead to the Foot Locker and dating these Foot Locker girls. That does not happen in real life. Sometimes it happens with maybe like a
Can I ask a
model
question?
girl or a prostitute or but usually those women that they dating, those are the high value version of that as well. They are not broke women either. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you can ask your question.
Well, I'm seeing a trend when it comes to like the top-notch basketball players. One of the ones that I notice is that they usually have to be married, and they usually have to be married to the person that they were either in college with or they had their first kid with. If you look at I don't know LeBron James, Kobe, Michael Jordan, every single one of them was married, and the ones that they never pushed to the front are never married. So I think there's something to do with that. He might have said, I want to go to the top. I'm gonna take it to the top, but I can't do it without you. He might have already been cheating on her before, and he says we got to get married. And she's like, all right, but this is what I want, So it could have been an arrangement in that sense that they got married, stayed married, because you have to be married in order to be pushed to the top. And she went with that. Maybe that was why she said I was never in love with him, but she did probably love him, but she was never in love with him.
No, so I don't think that is
all over the world. That's not just basketball players. Come on, that's corporate anywhere.
No, so I think when we talking about
No, look at all the people who are at the top, who the number one basketball players. They're usually always married, and I think Shaq wanted some of that money, and he actually, get in on it, and they had to be married for that. So maybe that's why she was never in love with him.
No, it's just that successful people, they wind up just marrying a single person because they know they can only focus on one person. That's why they get married. Most of the successful people, they marry because they are hyper-focused human beings. So successful people are hyper-focused human beings. So therefore, they want to focus on one woman. This whole ideology that men want all these goddamn women and we try to accept that, it is not true. It is not natural for men to be just putting their peen and everything moving just because they are successful. Are there some men that did it that became successful? Yes. But en masse, most of the people that are with one human being, they are the most successful human beings because they're able to be hyper-focused. They don't have to worry about this person calling, 10 different women calling them. They can just worry about their household and their kids, and they don't have to worry about their children because they chose a woman that could do the things that they need to be done. And so that's why. But nowadays, we see that as the NBA is getting younger, Ant-Man, he's getting pushed to the top of the fall where everybody say he might be the new face. He's not married. We also had what's the dude with the guns all the goddamn time? John Morant. they was pushing him up, and he's not nowhere near married. So it doesn't have the marriage thing usually shows that the man has
LeBron James married.
he usually has a sound mind, and he's not going to do nothing crazy because he has his family. So he's not going to be walking around with guns in the goddamn video because he got his family to think about. So he's not going to do things to jeopardize himself, which also jeopardize the goddamn league. So that's why.
Yeah, it's two things. And that last part that Sharon just said is a bigger picture. Old money respect married people. They don't really deal with single people. And then the other aspect is that is the exception to the rule. You're not going to have a lot of prison bays that marry heiresses. It can happen, but it's the exception.
Right.
What they respect is marriage. Exactly the reason they prefer a married person when you're talking about old money is because they like to deal with people who have two things: completion and something to lose.
There we go.
Right.
A single person don't have anything to lose. They could do whatever the F they want. They could be as reckless as they want to be. Like John Morant waving guns in the thing and then did it again and then did it again because he don't have nothing to lose. He's by himself. He don't give a fuck. But I also want to bring in.
You can't trust a man. You can't trust a man like that. That's why.
Credit, right? It's just on a huger scale. Like it's more something you could picture. Because it's the same thing with credit, right? They're like, oh, well, you've been on this job or you lived here for however much you work, you make this amount of much. So this is how much credit supposedly they'll give you, right? It's the same thing. Like I said, anything corporate, it's the same exact thing. It's just that you guys can see it differently. And it's not obviously just the basketball players, but it's all, of the pro athletes, right? Y'all forgetting the NFL.
Athletes might be a bad example because old money has generational wealth that's going to be around for their great grandchildren. Those are the people that pay the basketball players. And if you really pay attention to most athletes, they have a lifetime of probably about 4 to 6 years where they can be an athlete. And then 5 years after that, most of them go broke because they don't have financial literacy. Old money is going to be there. It's not going anywhere. Those people don't even think about money. So if you're a
guys that go broke,
if you're a Walton, I'm talking. See, that's the thing. Powerful people don't think like people. Y'all think like people. Powerful people want to control the world, like Pinky and the Brain. They don't care. They want. It's a whole separate conversation, and they need you to have things that. They need you to have a wife so they understand you have something to lose because they can't deal with a John Morant. They couldn't. They don't want to deal with a Tupac. They don't want to deal with because that's too out of control for them. They need to bet on something that they can depend on.
I agree. I think I said the same thing about the WNBA, which is why you will never get too many superstar WNBA players. It's because when they get into that having a baby mode, they become reckless, and you can't really depend on them to fulfill the end of the contract. Because if they want to have kids and they want to drop out, you can't really make them stay. You can't be like, no, you're going to stay here and fulfill this 10-year contract. They were like, no, I'm pregnant. I don't want to do this no more. And if that happens, that's why they can't really push any of them to be like superstars because of that. That's one of the possibilities. That's why you can do it with a male.
Damn. Look at God. I don't know if I agree with the last part Jack was. I don't know if I can agree with the last part what Jack was saying.
Girls
but
ain't
I
getting
know
pregnant.
somebody that's going to also because we got other panelists that didn't get a chance to speak yet. But before we do that, I also want to. Yo, good day to you, sir. How you feeling?
Yo, man, peace and love, cuzzo. Peace and love to the queens, man. Happy, queen, happy. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to all the queens in the chat, man. Supreme Goddess, PH Diva, Anya Bracy, Sherry Berry, Trinidad T, Robin M, DB, Shiesty Bum, Maya Reed, Zero Tolerance, Ayana,
you better read that.
Sexy Red, Angry Black Woman, all the queens, man, all the queens. Peace and love to y'all. You know, Brownsville, every time he come up, man, he always gonna lift y'all up. He's always gonna give y'all flowers. He's always gonna show y'all the respect that y'all deserve, man. So peace and love to all y'all. And I hope y'all have a great Mother's Day coming up, man. I hope y'all not with these Rim brothers who's gonna mistreat you. I hope y'all with a real man that's going to make sure that you feel special on your day. Peace and love, man. So as far as the topic, also peace and love to y'all kings as well, man. Can't forget about the kings. But as far as the topic, listen, can you be in a successful relationship without love? Absolutely. But the problem is, it's not going to last the test of time. It's not going to survive the test of time because you need love to survive that test of time, because love is the willingness to look beyond somebody's faults and still supply their needs, right? Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't boast, it's not proud, love doesn't dishonor others, love isn't about lying, it's about the truth. Love always hopes, it always perseveres. You know, so we got to understand when we dealing with love, we got to understand what comes with it, right? And a lot of people don't.
Thumbs up in 2024.
Yo. God damn.
Hey, thank you. Woo!
God damn. They said.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank you,
listen,
whoever
what
did
they
that.
said. Hold
I
on.
do.
Hold on. They
I do
said.
agree with that definition of
Jesus
love.
Christ. They said for peace and love, Brownsville, to the back. God damn.
Here's my thing, and I was listening to the brother. Can I ask a question? Why is he dressed like Mary J. Blige in that "Not Gonna Cry" video?
They are trying to shut down the peace and love. Y'all don't allow them to do it. No, we gotta fight back for the peace and love. God damn.
Anyway, salute True Love. What up, brother?
I never want to hear nobody say that I be biased and none of that shit too, because that I should either stop and say that I be painting narrative. No, I'm fair. Hey, I said y'all control the show. Y'all control the show. It is what it is. What up? We also got two panelists that didn't get to speak yet. Go ahead, True Love. What is your thoughts?
True Love. And 5 hours later.
What's good, shorty? How y'all doing today?
What up, True Love?
What's up?
Yeah. Everything you said, Ron B, is 100% correct, and also what OG was saying. I'm a backtrack. I'm gonna work from OG back towards your point. So, what OG is explaining about old and what we call new money is when people first start to get into I guess you say the upper echelon, where you have old money. That money is going to continue to basically recycle itself. It's not going to run out, and that's the people that has been in longevity, and the Trumps, the Bushes, all those type of people. It's just going to keep going.
The Waltons,
and
the
what he was talking,
Hiltons.
yeah, all those people that it's never going to run out. And what he was explaining about the marriage part is called leverage. I don't want to work with someone who I cannot pin nothing over. That's business. I need to know that I have something over you that you actually care about beyond the money, beyond this bullshit. Something that's worth more than money. I gotta have leverage over you. I ain't got nothing leverage over you. I can't do nothing with you. Literally, I can't do nothing with you. I can't hold you. I have no collateral over you. I have no retainer over you. I have nothing. This is what those type of people deal with. We see it all the time in movies and everything. They always go with the people that have the family, and then they hold a retainer leverage over top of them. So those are the type of people with the old money, and reason why they want to work with people that are married in business. You see all the politicians. We see the head of the state. You know what I'm saying? The president. He has to be married all the time. It's not a question. It's never going to happen that we have a president in there and he's not married. So you will never see that. Now, to rotate back what you were saying about, I think once again, we keep conflating love with infatuation. And because a lot of us don't understand what love actually is. And I hate to agree with the guy that just came up here, but I'm going to agree with him on this. Love is a glue. When I don't like you that day, it helps me continue on. It helps us get to longevity. I love you enough that I cannot stand you for this month, for 2 months. Shit, we can probably go down a year, but we still in this. I still actually love you. I love you that it's only one person, and that's that individual I actually married. A lot of people aren't married because of those vows. They're marrying for convenience. They're marrying for.
Is this 10 minutes up yet? We said all of this shit already.
Okay.
No. True.
Hold on. Let
I
me
said
finish. I ain't
selflessness.
worried. I ain't worried about that. That's trash.
No, you ain't gotta worry about me. I was talking to Sharon, and it's
Okay.
nothing personal.
No.
But
It ain't
Sharon
up.
was
This is
talking to
Sharon's
me.
show. He'll
I'm
let me
talking
know.
to
He
Sharon.
will let me know.
Don't you dare say shit
He
to me,
will
sir.
let me know. He will
The
let me
fuck
know.
out of
This is
here,
Sharon's
nigga.
show. He will let
True.
me know.
Exactly what the fuck I said, bitch.
He
I was
will
talking
let
to
me
Sharon.
know. He
What the
will
fuck
let
are you
me
talking
know.
about? I asked Sharon a
He
question,
will
and I
let me
said
know.
that
God
bitch
damn it,
is
Thank you
Happy.
very
about me,
much.
ho.
He
Don't
will
Fuck
let
you
up
me
the
know.
show,
ever
why don't you,
Hey,
Happy?
you
hey,
can't
hey,
bring
Happy.
Will
yourself back,
let
ho.
me
The fuck
know.
is you talking about?
Mufasa,
He
you
will
know
let
she'll
me
go
know.
to
That's what I
instant.
Happy.
thought.
Can you let
But
me
I'm
say this?
talking to
He
True. Can you hear
will
me, brother?
let
The fuck
me
out
know.
of
Yes,
here.
sir. I can hear you over top of this track.
I was talking about selflessness, right? And then it's
Your
Yeah.
5
mama
forms, right?
fucking trash,
It's
bitch. You
philia,
fucking trash,
agape,
bitch.
eros.
That's why you up here
I can
every
still hear
day with
you, OG. I can still hear
Happy,
you.
for
motherfucking
real. Come
stories,
on
bitch.
now. We having a conversation.
I can
Happy,
still
for
Oh
hear
yeah,
you.
no,
real.
you wasn't having shit, nigga.
I can still hear
Until
you.
you fucking went
OG,
and became
I can still
homeless,
hear you
bitch.
over that.
Fuck you,
Keep
nigga.
talking,
Pay
brother.
me, hoe.
Keep
Fuck you,
talking.
nigga. What the
You
fuck you talking
interrupted
about,
him.
bitch?
Happy, you
You told your
wrong.
silly, dumb
Happy, you
ass.
wrong. For
Don't
real.
put
We
me
having
in
a
your
conversation and
shithole
you
because I
wrong.
wasn't talking to you, bitch. I asked
Nobody
one
was talking to
question,
you. They was
hoe.
having a
You want
conversation.
to
You
come
know
to
you
me, bitch?
wrong.
We gon' see you
She
today
doesn't
fucking here.
understand that.
It's not
Damn.
about
OG,
you
keep
dumbass,
talking.
busty ass, broke ass fathers, lying ass
Uh,
niggas that be up here. It's Mother's Day weekend.
OG,
Want to hear? We don't
OG,
want to
keep
hear that
talking,
shit.
brother.
I don't want to
I can hear
compete
We
with
you.
don't
her.
want to hear
She
you,
young
bitch.
and she got strong
You just stayed
lungs.
in the hole you was in, nigga. The
Oh,
fuck
okay.
you over here
OG,
for?
go ahead.
You takes no, nigga. You get no part in being a mother or a father. You
You
don't know
like to
nothing
hear
about
yourself
love,
talk?
bitch.
You like to
You
hear
always on
yourself
the
talk?
Bible, being
You
in
like to hear
scripture,
yourself
you always
talk?
misinterpreting that shit. We don't want to hear
Do
from
you like
you,
to hear
nigga.
yourself talk? Do
Where
you
the
like to
fuck
hear
is
yourself
Jack?
talk?
Where the fuck is Brownsville? We
Do
don't want to
you
see
like to
you,
hear
nigga.
yourself
Come
talk?
on, check your shit. I
Do
know we
you
brought
like to hear
Brownsville back.
yourself
Get this
talk?
nigga the fuck out of here.
Do you like to hear yourself talk? All right, thank you.
Fucking me Friday.
So,
No,
like I
nigga,
was
I
saying,
don't like to
go
hear
ahead, OG. I
niggas
was listening
talk
to
to
you.
me like I was not talking to you, bitch.
OG,
You didn't
go
even
ahead.
say I don't give a
OG,
fuck.
go ahead, finish
I'm
Damn,
not
talking.
he'll
on
be
the show.
done by now, Happy.
Nobody talking to you, nigga.
She can't stop running her
Happy, you
mouth.
did all jokes aside. Happy, you did interrupt a
She
great
can't
conversation. All jokes
hear.
aside.
Like,
All
you
jokes
didn't
All
aside.
right.
Happy,
So
you
want to
did
come
She
up
interrupt the
with
can't
some
conversation.
bullshit. No, fuck you,
hear.
Otis. I don't
She
got
can't
bullshit for
hear,
you.
Otis.
Thank you, Shrine.
they brought him back. They said they want to hear you speak. Shout out
Peace and
to
love.
Drizzle Jack, a Dusty House husband who stayed broke. He said, bring Brownsville back. Let him know the Rim Brothers are electing him to be the unofficial spokesman. Also, we got Drizzle Jack. He says, what's GTG? I'm not sure what that actually means. Got to go. I'll try to be back before the show ends. Shout out to one Queen Lady with the 2 ball. Some people are incapable of love. Damn, that's sad to hear. All right, my name is my name. You gave the AI chat GP bots energy. They just like the little man behind the screen in The Wizard of Oz. I have no power. Oh, y'all probably don't remember Richard Pryor. But Drizzle Jack, don't mind me. I'm just here to cypher stalk Happy. Happy got a stalker. Also, we got the 5 ball. Drizzle Jack, a Dusty House husband who stayed broke. Don't ever try and outcompete a woman in relationship with the past trauma from her previous relationship. Shout out to Happy.
Like I said, keep stalking, Jake. Yes. As long as you spending that cash. Yes. Shout out
So
to
go
you.
ahead.
Yeah,
So she
man.
want.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
listen.
from Brownsville, New York. Go ahead, dog.
Yo, so peace and love, man. Peace and love. Listen, what I say this about Jack. at least Jack is a rim brother with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Most of 99% of y'all rim brothers, y'all don't have no integrity. Y'all don't have no honor. Like y'all don't have no love. And the reason why they want to silence me, cuzzo, they don't want the queens and they don't want the real men and the real young men to listen and understand and comprehend what I'm dealing today, is because they already know that I'm going to make the conversation genuine, and we're going to have a genuine conversation today. So when we talking about the Shawnee O'Neal and Shaquille O'Neal situation and Shawnee explaining that she was never in love with Shaq, see, we got to understand what she's actually saying and what she's actually admitting, because what she's saying is Shaquille O'Neal was a rim brother. That's exactly what she's saying. She's exposing him. She's revealing his character, and she's identifying him for the rim brother that he was, right? So she's saying, I never fell in love with him. Why? Because I was in an abusive marriage, in an abusive relationship with this rim brother. He never valued her. He never treated her well, right? And he never loved her. Let's just keep it official. Let's keep it a stack, right? Because we know one of the tricks, traps, and snares that rim brothers love to do, because we know these rim brothers don't love women, they only love men, right? And they use women as a beard so that the world doesn't understand that they're really gay, okay? Let's just keep it official, right? So when it comes to the Shawnee O'Neal situation, what we got to understand is this. He was abusing her, but the trick that he was using was he would give her gifts, right, in order to mitigate his abusive behavior, right? Because we know these rim brothers, they not going to come up to a woman and say, hey, listen, I'm going to use and abuse you. I'm going to mistreat you. I really don't like or love you. I love men, right? And some nights I'm going to be in the hotels with Superhead. Some nights I'm going to be on a hotel with another prostitute, and I might come home every Tuesday, right? And you're going to deal with it, because
where's the
guess
man
what?
in that equation? You say right?
The world sees me as a great human being. The world sees me as Shaq. I'm a champion. I'm an MVP. I make people laugh. So you cannot speak out and rebuke me, because the world's gonna blame you. See, that's what these rim brothers know and they understand. And these are the manipulative and abusive tactics that they hold and use over the woman, over the queen, over the ladies. That's why they don't like when Brownsville come up and speak, because Brownsville
Brownsville,
gonna give
can
y'all
I have
that
a
real
conversation with you,
deal
brother?
Holyfield. You can have a conversation when I'm done with my soliloquy,
I'm
Mr.
willing to wait.
Nidus,
I just wanted
because
to ask
listen,
you though,
if
because
you
you look kind of long
really
winded.
wanted to have a genuine conversation, Nidus, you wouldn't have came up here with your rim brother talking points, right?
What's
So
the rim
we
brother
gonna keep
talking
it
point that I
official here,
made?
right? But you didn't call Shaq out for the rim brother that he is. That's the
I said
rim
that
brother
I
talking
said
point
he admitted
number
to his
one,
guilt.
right? Now, I don't
I
care
said
about him admitting to
I
his
said
guilt.
he admitted to his
You should have
guilt.
stood up here and explained to the world how much of a rim brother and abuser that he was, and the fact that, of course, if this woman is in an abusive relationship, she's not gonna love him, because those two cannot go together. They mix like oil and water. You can't have love on one hand and abuse on the other hand. So let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it genuine and just realize what these ladies, the hand that they're being dealt by these rim brothers, these red pill men, incel men, manosphere men, these no good suckers, right? And you got men on a panel who's willing to cape for these no good suckers, right? So let's just understand the facts, understand the situation, and let's call it what it is, right? That's why they don't want Brownsville to have a voice, because I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it official, and I'm going to let y'all know the real deal facts. Shaq is a predator, right? We see he don't value women. He don't love women. He only sees them as sex objects. That's why he's 52 years old now, and he got a 21-year-old girlfriend, right? He's a monster. He's a predator, right? And he's a rim brother. And I'm exposing him. I'm revealing who he is, and I'm calling him out. Shout out to the queens. Shout out to Shawnee. Peace and love to all the queens and all the women. And I need the real men to stand up, step up, and change your value system. Remove sex from the top of your value system. Nidus, if you was going to have a genuine conversation, you would have led with that. Men, calling for men, remove sex from the top of your value system and put God back on the top, right? And then you can be a true leader and you can teach people how to love, because guess what? When you love God, then that's when you know how to love. I didn't hear none of the men come up here and saying that, because they not trying to keep it 100. They not trying to keep it official. They just want to cape for these men and want these bad men to be a representative of the real men. But no, Brownsville, we not letting that happen. We gonna call it how we see it, and we calling for real men to step up, change your morals and value systems onto righteousness, peace and love, and then let's have a genuine conversation. I'm willing to debate all rim brothers.
All right, Sharon, can I finish? What's the name?
He didn't answer why he dressed like Mary J. Blige in that Not Gonna Cry video yet.
Hey, see, that's the thing. So because we
So
all
no,
had
listen, hold on, Sharon. See, now this is a rim brother. He's exposing
Why did you
himself.
get him
Why are
started
you
again?
worrying about? Why are
I
you
think
worrying
he's
about what I
funny.
look
I
like?
like that he.
Why are you
I like
worried
that he
about
babbles
how
really
I'm dressed?
long.
Right? Why
Why
are you
did you
worried
do
about
that?
that? Because you
It's funny
looking
to
at
me.
me and you're trying to find some attractiveness. What is wrong with you? Like, why are
No,
you
you
worrying
said
about
the
what I
man was
look
gay
like?
and then
All right,
kept
so
putting
hold
him
on,
with a
hold
woman. That's
on.
I
Listen,
find that
Morning,
hilarious.
morning. I
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna
Where's the
wait
gay part?
I'm not a lover of men like
Hold on.
yourself.
Let me set the stage
Take
so we
that
can have an honest.
elsewhere.
Hold on,
Take it elsewhere.
hold on, cuz let's have a real honest conversation,
Go
right?
that way.
Hold hold on. Let's have an honest conversation. Hey, Nidus, can you ask a real question
I
without
was
it being
quiet
that?
while he
Hold
babbled
on,
for
hold
very
on.
long.
Let me
And
talk
now,
about.
wait,
Can I talk
Sharon,
about?
was I
Can I
not
talk about?
quiet while he
Hold on.
babbled
Can I
very
talk about
long?
my own show, please?
No, I'm asking you, sir. I'm
Hold
asking you. Was I
on, hold
not
on. Let
quiet
me
while
finish
he babbled? No, I'm just
before.
asking you one
Hold
thing. Can
on,
I ask one
Nidus.
question?
Hold
It's your
on.
show. That's right. But
Nidus, hold
I wait till he
on,
finished and
Nidus.
I made a statement. Then y'all
Nidus,
double
hold
down. Y'all
on
gonna
one
double up
second.
on me?
Hold on one
I
second.
want to
Thank
ask you.
you.
Can I ask you
You
one
gotta
question
give me a
then?
second. It's my show. Hold on.
Pause.
Jesus Christ. Nidus, can you ask a question without adding any ad hominems? Ask a real question, not about how he dressed, how he looked, or none of those things. Can you ask a real question about the topic towards Brownsville, New York? Go ahead, sir.
Can I get my rent?
Fucked up in 2024. You sound
God damn.
Oh my God, man.
I mean, he did make a pretty valid point about
Hold
you
on.
calling Shaq gay,
Hold on.
and then said he objectifies women. It's like,
The door opens and you walk through it. Drop Nidus. Bloated ass. God damn.
That's crazy.
Get some
That is
popcorn on your ass.
crazy.
Oh, man.
Listen, man, the queens are standing up and the real men are standing up. We rebelling against the Rim Brothers remedial rhetoric. So any of y'all Rim Brothers want to bring it, because we can bring the drama as well.
Woo.
And I'm not going to even say the rest. Peace and love.
Hey.
can I ask you a question, Sharon?
Yes.
Do you think that maybe it's just a publicity stunt? Kind of like how that one chick said that her husband never gave her an orgasm in the 10 years they were married? You think maybe it's like she's trying to sell a book or something?
No.
It was like DJ Vaz, I think's wife went on a podcast and said like he never gave me orgasms the entire time
You
we were
talking
married.
about
Is this like
DJ
something
Envy
similar?
Kid? You talking about
Hey,
Oh,
DJ Envy
so,
Kid?
yeah.
oh, yeah.
I mean, it is possible that it's just a publicity stunt, but it doesn't take the fact that we can still have a conversation about it. Because a lot of people, especially men, they want to have a conversation about genuine love and true love. But when they tend to get it, they tend to mistreat a woman that is genuine with them. And this is why when I first started the conversation, salute to all the new viewers. When we started the conversation, we talked about the toxic relationship. A lot of people, they get into toxic relationships because they really don't want to work on themselves in the first place, and then later on they wind up breaking up later on in life. So a lot of people, they tend to trauma bond with each other. So
Yeah,
she actually loved him. She was just enlightened because all the good things that he did have in front of him.
that's what I was
However,
about to
she
say.
chose a person that she knew wasn't in a healed space. So therefore, later on down the line, when he does his cheating and all the things that he did that is considered negative in a relationship, she could point the finger at him and say, see, this is what this person did to me.
Right. Hey,
That's
Sharon.
why
So most of, like, somebody had pointed this out about, the guys that got with the women before they actually became these mega stars. You see what I'm saying? She got with him when Shaq was now we knew him as Superman, Shaq, all these type of things. She didn't grow up with him. You know, LeBron James' wife. It's a reason why she's dead, because she been with him when he had nothing.
With
That's
Shaq.
why. No, I'm talking about LeBron's wife.
Okay.
What's the name? The reason why he keeps,
when he was broke.
Correct. The reason why he keeps her there, he can trust her. Most men will tell you, I can't trust you if you wasn't here with me. What's the term? Shooting in the gym. You're not here with me through it all. You're coming when I'm a made man, and you're coming in to reap the benefits. So naturally, that woman, we already know the game. She's coming in. She's looking for resources. She's looking to be taken care of. He knew the game. Hey, and then if you look at the story, how they actually met, it wasn't on no blissful, I love you, any of those type of things. Most of the guys that are still married to their wives, they knew them when they were young. They knew them when they're nothing. So naturally, these relationships are splitting up because they don't know each other. It's not love there. She right. I believe her when she said, I never loved him. I was infatuated. I understood the man. He's larger than life. He had movie deals, tennis shoes. This man is, you know, the 7-foot Michael Jordan. She didn't love him. You see what I'm saying?
I had Brown's vest. Like you had a thought about that.
Yeah, man. I'm calling cap on all that, right? Because that's all Rim Brother rhetoric and ideology. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna say, oh well, because he had money and wealth and fame, that this woman wasn't genuinely trying to get into a long-lasting relationship with this man. That's incorrect.
Yo, you the biggest simp I ever met in my life.
She was with him. I didn't interrupt you, my brother. I didn't
You
interrupt
the biggest simp, but you spoke
so
on
why
me,
don't
nigga.
you practice some stoicism? Practice some
No,
emotional
I don't
intelligence,
respect
right?
you, so I don't have
Why
to.
you
I don't
interjecting?
have to.
And
I don't respect you.
Here's the thing: you don't respect
I don't
yourself,
respect you.
and you don't respect
I don't
women.
respect
Period.
you.
And what you do, you
I
cater for
don't
men,
respect you.
right?
You don't know
That's
me.
what you do, right?
You don't know
That's
me.
what
You
you
But
do.
he's also
Change
talking
your
about what
name.
you
I
said, not
already
you
told
personally.
you. I already told you.
No,
Change your
once he
name to
called me a
Live
rim brother,
instead
whatever
of
that
Truth.
bullshit he
Because
made up,
I'm calling out the
that
behavior.
shit is out the door.
I'm calling out the behavior,
That
my
shit is
brother.
out the door.
I'm calling out the
All right,
behavior.
He's a fucking fraud, nigga.
let's have the conversations. You can
He's
address
a
it after you
fucking
finish.
fraud. I'll let him talk, but you's a fucking fraud, nigga.
All right, whatever. So listen,
You heard
here's
me.
This
Rim
the
Brother
nigga with
ideology.
who had 2 women pregnant at the same damn time. Nigga, shut up
Yeah,
and let Bounce
Who's that?
talk.
Who's that?
I sure did. I sure did.
You did?
Right. And listen, he
You
proud of
know
it,
that,
right? He proud
Sharon.
of it.
Oh, no, I did not know that you had 2 women pregnant.
I done told this
Motherfucking
story
project
on here
twins. Yeah, he got
1,000
project
times.
twins.
Oh,
1,000 times.
I did not know it was at this. Okay, I understand.
Right.
Okay.
So listen, and this is what I mean, right? So when they have those questionable backgrounds and questionable histories, the first thing they're going to gravitate towards is the Rim Brothers ideology, right? Because they don't
No, I just
understand how
tell
to
the
do
truth, kid.
self-reflection. They don't understand how to take accountability. They don't
Talking about
understand
God, nigga,
responsibility.
you
So all
soft.
they want to do is blame
Christ ain't
women
soft.
and push all of their issues onto
Ain't shit
women
about
and
you,
then
God. You
hide
feminine.
behind the veil of God when they don't even know God, they don't love God, and they have nothing to do with God, and God has nothing to do with them because of the way they live their life. Right? Because a real man, he's never going to come up on a platform and disrespect a woman or disrespect a child. A real man is going to keep it official and keep it honest, right? And understand this.
Disrespect a what?
Shaquille O'Neal.
No, hold on, whoa. Now I gotta cut him off. Say that again. Disrespect to what? The woman in a what?
You heard what I said the first time. I'm
Nigga,
not
don't
going to
ever
repeat
say
myself.
that shit to me. Fuck you talking about.
Okay, all right, good. You did you get it out? You got more to say?
Don't ever say that shit to me.
You got more to say? Bad.
Don't ever say that shit to me.
Okay, all right, finish. Keep it up.
Watch
Let
your
me know when you
fucking
done.
mouth, nigga.
Let me know when you done. Let me know when you done with your estrogen outburst.
Fucking pussy.
Let me know when you done. You done?
Come on here fronting because nobody else in your real time listen to you.
Okay, yeah. Tell us.
Why is this nigga projecting, Sharon?
Fuck is you talking about?
This nigga tried it. The only person projecting, nigga, the only one that don't get listened to and they feel like it's you, nigga.
Hey, your
That's fuck
dad
you
gonna
up here,
face
nigga.
and
The
not
fuck
talk
is you?
to me.
Look, leave Brownsville
Hey, you
alone, bitch.
shouldn't
You
even be
married
talking.
happily, baby. You
You
mad?
shouldn't even be
You sad?
talking.
You the only one
You
that be up
shouldn't
here
be
quoting
talking.
Bible scriptures and acting a
You
fucking fake
can't
ass. What you
talk.
doing right now, nigga?
You can't talk.
With your bitch ass.
You can't talk.
I just spoke, so I guess I can
I
talk.
know, but you can't talk. You got to
don't even
really look in
understand
the
English.
mirror.
Shut the
You
fuck up,
got to
bitch. But
really
you want to
look
be
in that
on Nice Channel
goddamn
preaching and
mirror,
shit.
sweetie.
Bitch, go the
You
fuck
gotta
back over
really
there.
look in that
Nice over
daggone
there.
mirror. You
Get the
still
fuck
on here
back out of
hollering.
here. We want Nice. We don't want
You
you, bitch.
still hollering.
Never in your hoe ass.
You
Bitch.
still
And fuck
hollering.
you thinking you about to
You
disrespect
still
this man.
hollering.
Why don't you go disrespect all the men that
You're
disrespected
still
those two women? Bitch,
hollering.
fuck you. Get the fuck on.
You're hollering.
All right, good.
You gotta holler, bitch.
All
Nobody's
right.
gonna holler at your
You're
stick
still
ass.
hollering.
All right. So now
Hey.
let's get back to the conversation. Brownsville, finish your statement. Let him finish his full thought, and then you get a chance to rebuttal. True. Go ahead, Brownsville.
All right, bet.
Listen, man, just stay in your masculinity. So Shaq, he sold
Stop being a hoe,
Shawnee
nigga.
a bill of lies, right? He came to her as if he had good intentions
Thank
for
you,
her
Rilla.
and for her life.
We appreciate you, Rilla.
But in
We
all
see you.
actuality, he was looking at her the same way these Rim brothers look at women, to use and abuse and to devalue them, right? And if Shaq was in some of these Rim brothers' position financially, he would be just like these brothers, getting on these panels, disrespecting women, having multiple pregnancies at the same time, which he's already had probably, and all of these type of things, right? So when these men, when they get on these platforms and they go to his defense, right? We got to understand that is their calling as a Rim brother, to cape for the man and to try to denigrate and disrespect and put the woman in an inferior position. And I'm getting tired of hearing it, quite frankly, right? Because I have a mother, I have a wife, I have a daughter, right? So I choose to come on here and uplift women and children. That's what I do every single day. And I'm calling out men to be real men and stand on principle, stand on values, stand on morals, and stand on ethics. Don't put truth in your name when you're a liar. Peace and love.
Shit. I guess he concedes. Go ahead, True. If you like to. I don't know if you want to.
That nigga's a hoe. That's all I got to say. He's a bitch ass nigga.
Only hoe up here is you. Anyway,
shut your ass up, woman. Damn.
Bring 90s
Shut
back, like
your
I said.
ass
You
up.
gotta go. And once you go and 90s come up here, I'm gonna go so Taz can come up here. So boom, bam. You gotta get the fuck out of here.
So what?
God
no truth
damn.
in you, hoe. We trying to have some
You mind if I respond,
Hold
Sharon?
on. Who said when Nighters come up is replacing me?
All right, so hold on. Before y'all get into just a ridiculous argument for
Who
no
said-
reason.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Go ahead, Miss Diva.
All right, Chicago Rilla. Hey, Rilla. Yeah, go ahead and bring the Yay Air. What? The Yay Area OG back. Town business. Oh, hashtag town business. Hashtag yada yada. Oh, okay. Well, now Rilla, I'm gonna let you know, baby. I was the one that dropped them. So now, if you want to do it, we could do it. Hold on, I'm driving right now, but wait till I get home and then we gonna do it, okay? Just let me get home, baby.
Damn.
And with that being said, since I'm not, he's not in the back anymore. He said you could use the credit however you would like to, PH Diva. So
wonderful.
Go ahead, Mufasa. What's your thoughts? You had something to say.
Yeah. Listening to my good brother Brownsville, it seems like he's a little misleading about the Shaquille O'Neal and Shawnee situation. Now, one thing we know is that she married him in 1997.
Right.
Exactly.
So at that time,
That's not true. You're already wrong. Let me just correct this so you can keep on building what you're building. They had their first child in 1997. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, they got married after that. But the thing is that I would argue that Shawnee.
They always got to impregnate you first,
Oh,
then marry you. Go ahead.
yeah, sweetheart. I know. But one thing about Shaquille O'Neal is that Shawnee can't say that she didn't know who she was marrying. He was already Shaquille O'Neal. Now, it doesn't make much sense to me that she would think marrying a man worth over $100 million and marrying a man that is already a professional athlete, that she would think that he wouldn't at some point become unfaithful in that relationship. That begs
What?
the question for me to ask,
What?
because most professional
Yes.
athletes are not faithful. We know
What?
that.
So you're a
Okay.
real brother now, my foster? You real?
Can we rebut that? Can we
Yeah,
rebut that? Do we think
yes,
most
Yes, I can.
yes, we
professional
can
Yeah,
athletes
rebut.
are
I'm gonna give you a little
faithful?
bit of pushback.
Yes, we can
Let me give you a
rebut
little bit of
that.
pushback on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback on that. In my opinion, and it might be wrong, I honestly feel it's a little bit naive. They both went in there thinking they were in love and they were going to live the rest of their lives. They were
Oh,
young.
no, Otis,
They were
that won't the
young.
question. Are most professional athletes faithful men to their wives?
You said what?
The answer
Are
is no.
most
It's an easy answer.
professional?
It's no.
I didn't
Yes,
hear that question. Let me hear the
he's
question.
right.
What's the
Are
question?
most professional athletes faithful husbands to their wives?
In
The
my
answer is
estimation,
no.
no.
I know we can't hold on. We can't
We
say
don't
we
know
can't.
that answer. Y'all
I said
Yeah,
answer.
we can't. We don't know that answer.
Thank
We do not know
you.
that answer.
Estimation.
Thank you, Bomb Cherry. We got somebody wise
I
up
said
here.
estimation. My estimation will
All
be
that
no. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
but your
bullshit.
estimation would be wrong because y'all act like y'all know. Y'all don't
Right.
know.
No, I said
Thank
estimation.
you.
The really,
Hold on.
really.
So,
So
Okay,
y'all,
so
hold on. So
here's
we're willing to get up.
here's the
Okay, go
thing,
ahead.
Pastor. The problem is that a lot of you
All
men,
this speculation.
y'all fantasize about these rich
Somebody
men
wise
so much.
up
I think all these rich men get so much pussy because they got money, something that you don't have. And so y'all fantasize about these men putting their peen in other women. Y'all need to worry about your own peen, and that will be fine. Just because they got money doesn't make them all of a sudden goddamn players and every woman they is sucking a dick. No, that doesn't happen. It happens to the superstars, not to the regular dudes that just go home and go to sleep. That's just not what happens to all of the NBA players. Most of them are lame, and just because they got money doesn't unlame them. They just are
Well,
lame with money.
okay, Sharon, but we're talking about Shaquille O'Neal here.
Okay,
Well,
so
We knew Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, we know Shaquille O'Neal had problems because of his upbringing. That's why he's like that. He was trying to fix whatever he was fixing through his marriage.
Oh, so
But
is
he
this
came
whole
up in
they
he
get
came
on
up in
you
a
there?
two-parent household. His stepfather raised him. Was a military
Saying
man.
that shit, no.
And also he also had a problem with his father, right?
No, see,
So but
see,
why
that's
is
your
it the woman's
interpretation of
fault?
that.
Why?
This going down a whole nother
Hold
rabbit
on.
hole.
Did Shaquille O'Neal not have a problem with his father? Yes or no?
His
His real
He
biological
didn't
father.
know
father,
him.
That's
not
why I
his
said that's the
Okay,
truth.
so,
Yes.
so therefore we know
Ron's
the
correct.
young man had an issue. That's why he played the way how he played. He attacked the rim because he felt a certain way. He had issues. That's why he always fought a lot. The young man had issues. He tried to fix it through money and marriage. That's just what it is.
So the
Yeah, I don't
pushback
think
to
that's
that,
true
I want to go.
because
The
Shaquille
pushback
O'Neal
to that
said in
will
this
be
documentary that he got that aggressiveness from his stepfather, who was a military man, not his father.
Okay.
His
Okay.
stepfather pushed him to be
Stepfather,
great.
his father, his stepfather, his father, his stepfather. Okay.
my
Now
pushback
continue on.
to that would be
That
the
mean he had no
opposite
problems in the
side would
house.
be he came
Yes,
from a
he did.
What?
two-parent
He
home.
absolutely had daddy issues.
You had daddy issues.
But he came from a two-parent home, a married home. So in my mind, he felt like, let me go ahead and get married to Shawnee. He was trying to do the right thing. Now, it probably didn't end up well. We see how it ended. But in his mind, I'm coming on the angle of, I'm coming from a two-parent home. I see my stepfather and my mother together. So I'm going to do the same thing with Shawnee, who I perceive to be in love with her two kids she previously had and the three that they had together. It didn't work out. He was a hoe. But that's how I'm looking at it.
It's
Right,
no
so
happy
the
endings.
reason,
though.
so that's
Otis,
what I'm
it's
saying.
no
So
happy endings in
so
life.
the reason
ever.
why he was a hoe is because the man had fucking issues. And we come to find out,
Sharon.
later on when we had these conversations, we understand that most of these men that be fucking hoeing around, they have issues. A lot of them, they have sex very young. They have issues. So if you're out there being sexually promiscuous, whether you are male or female, you most likely have a fucking issue. And clearly this man had a fucking issue. Just because he's fucking rich doesn't mean he was free of issues. No, y'all gotta stop fantasizing about these goddamn rich man's dick and where they put it.
But Sharon, I will argue that Shawnee got out of that marriage everything that she intended to get. She intended to get all of that.
Why are you blaming her?
Nobody's blaming the woman. I'm saying she got everything she intended to get out of that marriage. There's no blaming her.
What?
She got what she got.
Yeah, but but the problem is you're excusing the fact that Shaq is the one that violated the marriage over and over again.
I'm not excusing that fact.
And that's why she didn't get what she wanted actually out the marriage. And that's why she left the fucking marriage in the first place.
She knew that was going to happen anyway, Sharon.
No, that's not true. She didn't want the outcome to end up being in a divorce. No woman wants that.
Well,
That's cap.
If you're saying that she knew,
Can I offer another theory?
You live in it.
Can I offer another theory, Sharon?
She knew what
There's women out here that party when they get a divorce.
Hold on, my diva talking. Hold on, diva talking.
Hey, diva, don't forget you got a credit. So
okay, hey, y'all better tread lightly. So if she knew what he was gonna do in the marriage, then didn't he know what he was gonna do in the marriage? And he shouldn't have just married her and just should have kept her as the girlfriend. She was his girlfriend for years before they got married. So I don't understand why change it if he knew that he was gonna be out there slanging dick everywhere.
He loved her so much he wanted to give her security.
But it goes back to
he wanted to give her security.
okay, so let's go one at a time. Okay, Mufasa said he wanted to give her security. Otis, Gab, what's your thoughts on what Diva said?
Based on what Diva said, I believe he didn't know he was going to be a hoe. He turned into one. I honestly believe that way. I honestly believe that.
Lamar.
What?
I don't want to be a rim brother.
Bomb Cherry.
I'll pass it on this one.
Bomb Cherry.
Yeah, so people forgetting that they were young. When we're young, we just doing what we do. We fall in love.
Correct.
We fell in love with a pussy, all kinds of shit. They just fell in love and they did what they did when they were young.
Thank you. That's all.
True love.
Simple. Bomb is correct, but I also agree with PH Diva, and PH Diva further buffers what you said earlier about the trauma, about the stuff that he went through in his adolescence, along with not having a father, his father, and later on led to promiscuous things. And then, like Bomb Cherry said, he's young, he got money, he got all this exposure. It's a different beast when you have all that temptation at your disposal, and most men don't understand what that's like.
Wait.
Okay, no, it's my goal.
No. Wait a minute. I'm saying short. Being a happy dick doesn't have nothing to do with drama. I mean, some guys is a happy dick.
Who said drama?
Dicks.
Who said drama?
Oh, sorry, trauma. Whatever. Trauma, dude.
So Sharon is incorrect.
No, I'm silent.
Oh, okay.
Can I give a little bit, just a slight pushback on what you said?
No, it's my goal. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Y'all got to go. He was going around. It's my goal. What the fuck now? Everybody that went before me want to go again?
Go ahead, Happy.
Shit, no, forget it now.
Rim sister.
Okay, can I give you a slight pushback, True Love? Because I don't think people understand what I said.
Hey, they
I
got
think
more people to go. Y'all, you win.
Go ahead, Brownsville. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is I don't believe he ever had true intentions to treat her the way she wanted to be treated. I believe that he believed that his money, his fame, and his charm and his gift giving was enough to keep her around, right? A lot of these Rim brothers believe in that ideology. When in all actuality, you got to change your value system and understand that this woman wants to follow a real leader and a real man. And he didn't recognize that. And that was the downfall.
Jack?
Personally, I believe that she's been to a little bit one too many Diddy parties, and I think she might be trying to give herself some space, some room, just in case anybody asks her about it in the next marriage. That's just me personally.
All right, and hold on before we get to Diva.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
I think we were here. Yes. Go ahead, Miss Diva. Oh no, we passed this one, I think, too. Oh no, we was here. Go ahead, Diva.
Drizzle Jack, a dusty house husband who stayed broke. Credit for myself, PH Diva, the op. Oh, okay. You better have a credit. Chicago Rilla. Diva, I didn't know who dropped him. Oh, drop Nightish, but that's the OG. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on the right road. Okay, that's the OG off top. Calm down, woman. It's a beautiful Friday. It is. Reaper Rails. Sharon, you wrong. Damn. Brittany Renner literally gave steps on how to finesse these guys. All right. You think divorce ain't an option? Come on. Come up for them. Oh, an option to come up for them. Sorry, y'all. I'm driving.
So, okay, you should told me we got Happy and Bomb here. Hey, so my thing with this is that yes, she does. That's an option of divorce, but Brittany Renner didn't give the option of marriage. She just gave the option of how you get a baby with these dumbass basketball players and these dumbass human beings that have a lot of money. Because just because they got money doesn't make them smart. So that's the difference. Shawnee, she's actually believed that Shaq was wanted. They had some kind of bond together for whatever reason why she believed it. And Shaq lied, and he did what he did. He put his ping all around town. He was paying out money, and most of the time, women, wives especially, they feel a certain way. Not only are you just putting your peen everywhere, but you also taking care of another woman. That is a real issue. And this is something where they have this whole ideology of you could cheat with respect, which is crazy, but they have this ideology that rich men, they just got to learn how to cheat with respect, which is crazy to me.
And these
What
Rim
evidence
brothers,
did she
they
have he
love to
wasn't?
bring up these outliers. They love to bring up these outliers like Brittany Renner, right? Who's just acquiescing to the misdeeds of men. She was tired of being used and abused, and she understood if this man only wants to see me for my looks and for what's in between my legs, then guess what? I'm gonna start acting just like him, right? And these Rim brothers, they love to bring up those ladies who finally had enough of these dudes and said, you know what? I'm gonna do what you do.
Right, but
yeah, I also think it's
Brittany Renner wasn't teaching no women how to do nothing. She was teaching men on what she claimed women was doing, but she got pregnant by a younger dude. She ain't become no wife or nothing. See, if I was teaching women some shit, they would be wifed up.
Right, because she also lost out because she would have married, she'd have got way more money, right? So,
Exactly.
So she's teaching the wrong thing. She's actually teaching how men how not to get caught up.
Facts, Bomb Cherry.
She was trying to teach
So
men
if she
how
would have
not
taught him how to get married, Sharon, you be in favor of it, bro.
It's okay. So also I want to say, I think it's interesting that we had 120 votes, 121 votes, and it was 50-50 divide on people. Whether it was 50% said no and 49% said yes. That is crazy that y'all here just hate watch for no reason. I do not understand that. I do not understand why do y'all want to make sure people do not support other human beings. Why are you here if you don't like the show? Or you just hate watch? So if you are here, one of the people that are here that watch the show, so you can go ahead and report to other people, take clips and report it to other and make money, and other shows offer the clips, and you don't want to support the person that created the clip, is insane to me. We do. I'm gonna have to go with True Love. We hate each other, clearly.
That's a fact.
This is crazy to me.
And nobody has
You
approved
every
it
single
wrong
day
yet.
for the whole week, and you don't drop a like or a dollar bill. That's wild to me. That's absolutely insane to me. And but I do appreciate everybody that do show me love, that hitting the like button, that ever hit 99 cents or more to me and to the show. I appreciate everybody as well, because I'd rather have the few people that do show love and support than have a bunch of bullshit artists in the first place. So I appreciate every last one of y'all that hit that like button, hit the share button, hit any kind of Cash App or super chat. Thank you to the 83 people that are watching that really actually support me.
And we gotta also understand this, Sharon.
It's crazy.
The Rim Brothers don't really want to support for real. They'll jump on a panel though, so I gotta give credit for that. But a lot of the Rim Brothers won't even jump on a panel because they scared to get into a debate with the real man. But at least we got some Rim Brothers on a panel that's not afraid of a debate. So peace and love to them.
I got one question for Brown Real.
Yeah,
was it Rim Brothers your corn? Did you corn that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Listen.
I like
So
it. I like it.
So I meditated, and then God revealed to me what was really taking place in this space. Right? I just was on this space since January. Right? Because I got real things to do. Matter of fact, I'm only on this space when I'm at work because I got a job flexible enough that I can do these things. Right? Because I worked hard. So what I'm saying is this: the red pill men, the incel men, the manosphere men, they represent the Rim Brothers, right? And the whole ideology of the Rim Brothers is to become a lovers of a man and to hate women. They utilize women in relationships only as a beard, right? So when they come on these panels, the first thing they want to do is disrespect and denigrate a woman, right? And then when they got a man up here, a real man who they consider a threat, then they want to drop him off the panel. They want to get disrespectful when he calls them out and he exposes them for the Rim Brothers they are. That's the way it is. But guess what? You're never going to be able to get rid of me because as long as my cousin has a platform, I'm going to be here. I'm going to expose you guys and I'm going to be teaching man code every single day. We rebelling against the Rim Brothers remedial rhetoric, Lamar Black attack. Peace and love.
Preach, bro. Preach, Bronzeville. Preach, man. Let him have it.
I want to say, hey, I like Brownsville ideology. See, I think he's about teaching the queens the right way to go. But the only difference I would have is that I would ask them especially when you're talking to the queens about marriage. Now, what pro athlete have you ever seen to stay married for life and to be in a faithful marriage? And if you've never seen one, then let's not come and beat the rest of the men about a pro athlete not being faithful and not staying married for life. I think we're trying to make that relationship more of what you would see on a normal basis. And we have to teach our queens that, hey, ladies, you cannot marry a pro athlete and expect these things from a pro athlete. Now, a regular man, a hardworking man, as not Brownsville would say not the Rim Brothers, but the regular men, you can expect that, or at least it's a modern. You should respect that from that man. But from a pro athlete, we've never seen it.
Mufasa, Grant Hill. What about Grant Hill?
I was about to say, it's so many of them that stay faithful, bro.
Right, we got Grant Hill.
It goes back to what Bomb Cherry said earlier. They gotta start speaking of things we don't know, bro.
AC Green. So this is what we're saying. We just gave you three. AC Green.
You need three athletes. How many pro athletes we've seen, Sharon?
There's tons of them.
Hold on.
You want to keep going down the list?
Truth. No, it's not. You know it's not tons of them. That's a lie.
Hold on, Mufasa. You cannot change the narrative to fit your argument. You
found three, Sharon.
No, but
that's the exception.
Okay, Mufasa, you asked us for
one, and they picked three.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You asked us for one. We gave you three. Then after we give you three, you cannot now change it and say, oh, this, that, and the third. No, you asked for one. We gave you three. And it's going to be more. The problem is that you don't know them. It's kind of go with what we were saying with earlier is that people tend to do the thing that is against what they're saying so they can prove and have a confirmation bias. So like the men that always talk bad about women, they go ahead and then date those same type of women so they could come back and say, see, these are all the women out here acting like this.
Well, how can you say you're for the queen's knowledge if you won't tell them that 97% of pro athletes do not stay faithful and will not stay with you for life?
Now, see, I was on your side, Chaotic, until you gave that high number. Because I was about to hear me out. I'm being real. Please let me have a floor for a minute. I was about to jump on Sharon ass, pause, no Diddy, because he took that shit too far. I could easily come the opposite way. I don't know the true numbers like he don't know the true numbers, but I do believe it's much higher than what he believes. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say no 97%. Now, we can have a legitimate back and forth. I'm not going to say 97%, but I'm definitely going to say it's definitely more people that I agree on your side, Mufasa, than what Sharon is saying and what Bomb Cherry and what Truth is saying. I will give you that, but not 97%.
This blood, I have to say, Otis, I didn't give a number. He was trying to say that all, and we're saying not all, and now you're trying to make it seem like we gave a number.
I apologize, but I'm not saying that. No.
Since when are we on the internet making any argument for all? I would think we'd be smart enough to not know that every single athlete is not the same. I think we'd be smart enough to know that.
Mufasa, here's the problem. Here's the problem that you are not understanding. You asked us to do something. We gave you what you asked for, and we actually over-delivered by giving you 2 extra ones, and then you still try to rebel against the answer. And try
I thought I was talking.
Hold on. So what I'm saying is that is the definition of a goalpost movement. Instead of conceding, can you give me 1 athlete? We gave you 3, and you still say, "Well, what about?" It's not. No, it's probably closer to 50%. Just like
once you say "give me 1," that automatically means you're referring to there is.
Right.
Well, okay, all right. Well, I understand. We have to be literal up here. I guess we can't think outside the box to say that we know that the majority of athletes are not going to be that way.
What?
We know that.
Hold on. Do you think the only athletes that are professional are basketball players and football? Because there's golf, there's hockey, there's baseball. There's a lot of professionals out there.
We can go with David.
And the majority of them live the same lifestyle.
No, it's not, because we got David Beckham. Then we're not talking about the coaches. We're not talking about the retired ones that's been married for many years that is not superstars. See, the problem is you are, again, this is what a lot of the Rim brothers do. They focus on the bad ones. They go ahead and date the bad women. Then now they have the proof because they went and dated these bad women. They say, "Oh, these IG models, these OnlyFans," and y'all pay attention to them so much, and y'all start dating them, and then y'all say, "See, this is the only woman out there." No, nigga, it's you.
I got a different question.
They do that with the Hollywood people too. Yeah. All them millions of people in Hollywood, they only focus on the real famous, the superstars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Viola Davis, her husband, both married forever, no scandal. Angela Bassett, been married forever, no scandal.
Denzel Washington,
no scandal. We can go down the list, but y'all just want to focus on the few that get divorced, because I'm pretty sure even in Hollywood, it's still going to be the same as in real life. That's why the marriage rate is what it is. The marriage rate includes them in it.
Because the thing is,
let's not go to Hollywood.
Hold on. It's not like they have a separate, the athlete marriage versus the regular people marriage. No, they are in the marriage situation. So 50% of them as well stay together. It's all included. We are together in this fucking thing. Stop trying to exclude. Stop being so much in dick envy that you think because they got money that they could put their pennies in any single thing that's moving. You are not them. Stop fantasizing about fucking rich dick.
I got a different question.
To move the conversation forward, what Mufasa is actually trying to do is he's trying to correlate a job occupation and giving a built-in excuse to be a degenerate or to have a faulty morals and value system because of how rich and famous you are. And what he's trying to do is saying that it's okay to be a degenerate. It's okay to be a rim brother. It's okay to be abusive if you make a certain amount of money or you live a certain type of life. And we're going to rebel against that remedial rhetoric, Mufasa, every single day. Because once again, what you're trying to do is cape for men, cape for these rim brothers, cape for these no good suckers. And you're trying to devalue the woman. And we're going to rebel against that all day, every day. Peace and love.
So
I can see what he's saying.
Before I want Mufasa. So look, they gave you more. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and we can keep going down. Steph Curry. So it's plenty of them. It's just that y'all want to focus on the degenerate ones, and it's for a reason, because it fits your narrative, and we get it. Y'all don't want to have an honest conversation. But go ahead, Jack, and then let Mufasa get a chance to rebuttal.
Yeah, I got a question out there. I get in the queue. Y'all can go ahead.
Oh snap! I had it. I should have wrote it down. My bad. It was for Brownsville. What was the last thing you just said? Damn, that's crazy.
Well, you lose your turn. Go ahead next.
Okay, I'm next. Then.
Yep.
Hey,
I concede. I concede. She's right. Yeah.
A big one, Foster. What would we tell young women who are about to marry a guy that's famous, rich and famous, and he's a baller? What information would we tell her? Would we tell her, hey, he's going to cheat on you, What should we tell them? Since they should already know.
I think you should tell them the truth. You should tell them the truth. Understand that, hey, you need to know what comes with dealing with a professional athlete. I wouldn't let my child walk down the aisle and not know and say that. Why didn't you say anything to me? You've been on this earth longer and you know how professional athletes are.
So,
I
but
would at least inform her.
So here's the problem, Mufasa. It's not got anything to do with him being a professional. It got everything to do with his fucking character. Because guess what? Him being a professional athlete, the ones that don't make it as professional, they just play college. They just as degenerate as the ones that made it. They cheat just as much as the ones that made it. It got people that they only made it to high school basketball. Guess what? They cheat just as much as the ones who made it. So it don't have nothing to do with their profession. It has everything to do with their fucking character. And we got to stop promoting this fucking degeneracy with these bad character human beings.
I wouldn't say nothing because I don't want to put a curse on the young people who's in love trying to get married. And also, my wife had a couple of friends told her, he's black, he's going to cheat on you, he can't control his dick.
There we go.
But I didn't because I did all that before I got married. So we can't give
did
bad.
all that to the black women, so.
No, I did never cheat on nobody. Well, but what I'm saying is you can't curse marriage. If they gonna get married, they got hopes and dreams. I can't tell them, hey, this guy's gonna cheat on you. That's my opinion on it. I just could see my time. No, I didn't cheat on a black woman.
Yeah, you can. You can tell them that if my thing is you better let them know the ups and downs of it.
Mm-hmm.
We just want people to jump into marriage and not know anything about it. It's just, it's going to be great. No, you better tell them both sides of it. And that's our responsibility as married people.
Big move.
No,
yeah, I agree. I agree with that part. But what happened is it go back to what Sharon was saying earlier about
I got you, Happy.
The trauma and everything. It goes right back to that. If you notice the guy comes from a background that is not full of marriage, more than likely he's not going to know how to have that type of discipline. And it has been shown time and time again.
Right.
That's not his situation, Truth. They were married for
That's
20
not
years.
whose
That
situation.
man he raised Shaq.
Who?
His stepfather. He didn't even know his father. He married his mother when he was like 4.
When his mother got married to that man?
Yes, he was a young boy. He was like 4 or 5. Shaq never knew anybody else.
You need to read that story again, brother.
That's what he needs to do. Because you've
been wrong on a lot of information about Shaq, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. I'm gonna see you again. We'll talk about the truth.
We'll talk about it. You know that.
Yeah. Go ahead. I know Happy wanted to jump in. Go ahead, Happy, and then we go with Bomb Cherry. Go ahead. Happy.
Yes.
Oh.
No, I was just saying that just recognize what we said. I said nothing and Lamar said nothing. Because Mufasa asked the question, right? About what you tell them, before they get married. And I said nothing and Lamar said nothing. That was all I was saying.
Okay, go ahead, Bomb Cherry.
Yeah, well, you inform people of how marriage work and tell them good luck. Just talk to each other, keep communication open because anything can happen. But I want to know, it don't matter what your parents teach you, what you see in your parents, because when you're young or even when you're older, you're going to do what you want to do, right? So I guess I'm wondering, like, what does it matter what he saw his stepdad or his real dad do? A man with a penis and he decide to do something with it, he going to do. It don't matter what he see his dad do or not do. Right?
No, I disagree with that.
Excuse me,
I agree with
Can I
that.
say something, please?
That
Because can I say one thing? I apologize for real. No, but these people in the chat think I said Lamar said nothing. Lamar, didn't you say nothing? And then I say nothing before you
I was
said
saying nothing. Yeah, but Happy said nothing before I.
Like, chill out. Like, y'all so slow. Y'all just wanted me to say something so y'all could talk to me. I love you too, chat.
So what I want to say to that is that, like, yes, everybody's still going to be autonomous human beings. They are responsible for themselves. However, if they see a certain style of relationship growing up and it looks healthy and it is healthy, both parents is happy, they kiss each other, they show love and affection, no disrespect ever comes out, it tends to have for the kid a different ideology when they go looking for their mate. They don't look for the toxic person because most likely they are not toxic usually.
Mm-hmm.
That's what usually happens. So what we're talking about earlier is that toxic people usually date more toxic than them. So this way they don't never have to do no internal work for themselves.
Correct.
I'm talking about as far as, so it don't matter. So as far as who they marry, they can marry this non-toxic person and still cheat on her though.
Right, but we talking about percentage wise, right? So percentage wise, we just because nothing's going to ever be a 100%. So it's always going to have this if thing, this if then this is going to happen. However, percentage wise, the best outcome is if they come from a successful married home, they most likely will have a successfully married home as well. That's a higher percentage of that is all we are talking about.
Yeah, but that's false. That's not even true. I'm from a family of families. Everybody, and I mean everybody, until my children's generation, right? Every one of my cousins, aunts, uncles, every single one of us are married.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say that that's successful. All of us are married because our parents was married.
So that's the thing. We talking about successfully married. We not talking about the ones that's cheating and got families across the border that stabbed their husbands or we ain't talking about those marriages. So like if you add in that caveat to the conversation, because we all understand that a lot of old school women, they say tell the young women, hey, make sure you have your own money, make sure you don't do this and make sure you do that, because they doing it out of scarcity. They are scared for these young women because of what they went through with they bad, so they are toxic themselves, and then they're going to tell a young girl how to be toxic before they even go through what they actually experience, and that is how the cycle starts to go a little wild.
But I guess how do you measure this? How is it successful? Because based on the numbers, we only know that they're married. We know that they're not divorced. We only know that they're married. You don't know nothing else except the numbers of divorced and married people. That's it. That's it. That's all we know based on the numbers. We don't know if they're being abused.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it's successful.
Right. So what we do know is their character and how they move throughout life. So we could judge people on their character and we could sense who had a decent, bad, had an experience and all these things. We could tell by their character, how they move, how they think, what's their philosophy, what's their plans for the future. So all these things we could put into a box and say, hey, this person most likely, high percentage, is a healed person and really have the love for and the institution of marriage. Those are the best percentages. And do we all understand when they come up here and they just start talking just 10 words, we be like, oh, we see who you are. You're a rim brother. We understand what happened to you. We don't even need much conversation from them. We knew from the very first time Black built like a conquering king. When he first came to the panel, we knew exactly who he was. And he was mad at me because I was able to see him before he was able to tell me. Just like when Mr. Alignment came up here, he was preaching what he was preaching. And I said all the things that he was. And he was mad at me because I was able to see him before he actually told me what his life situation was. Mm-hmm. And then later on, he wanted to confirm everything I said. You don't know. He said the same bullshit. You don't know my life, Sharon. But then later on says exactly what I said. We see you.
Can I ask a question?
I thought you meant, okay, I see what you're saying now. You're saying once we have a conversation and all we see them out in the real world.
Right.
Okay, yeah. No, I agree with that at 100%. Because I see a lot of sickness out in the world. And
there we go.
You're right about that. Right there, that's fact.
We see it. Yes. That's what I'm saying. That we see it, and then we got to start acting on what we see instead of trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. We see it, report it, and then let's keep it moving. That's just simple as that.
Character is always gonna be revealed, right? Just like on these panels, when you have men who get up on these panels and make it their business to get emotionally triggered by a woman and go quick to disrespect them and call them out of their name, right? That is not the character of a real man. That is not how you should be representing yourself if you are a true leader, right? You meet leadership from being a leader and setting an example of leadership, right? So you don't have to go quickly into degeneracy just because you don't like what somebody says. No, fix your character, do some self-reflection, examine yourself, and then display yourself with proper and true character. That is the legacy and the example that you want to leave for the people who are looking to become real men, right? So that's why we separate and but real men from the degenerate rim brothers, right? And when certain people go under the rim brother category and they don't like it, what I would say to y'all, fix your character, fix your behavior that you're displaying to the world, and then you can come out of the rim brothering attitude, right? We have rim brother rehab.
What,
One
nigga?
that Otis came on a pill
We selling
yesterday.
it for
Can I
59.
ask you a question after you're
Nigga,
done,
what
He
the
Brownsville?
fuck
got
is you
out of
talking
rehab,
about, nigga? A rim
right?
brother
Brownsville, when you're done, can I ask you a
telling
question?
because you put niggas under there. That make
Go
nigga.
ahead,
Who the
Jack.
fuck is you?
No, so hold on.
A
We don't put
nobody.
them under it. Hold on. We don't put them under it. They rhetoric put them under it. The way how they express themselves put them under it. So
Oh
we
no,
can
no,
see
no.
them
You
before
know
we
I
think.
agree with you, Sharon.
Their character
This
is
nigga
what
just
we
taking it
see,
too
y'all.
fucking far.
We see.
You taking
All
it
I'm saying is
too
that
goddamn
we see y'all. Go ahead,
That
Jack.
nigga
Knock it off.
worse
What's
than
your
you.
question?
Well,
That
Brownsville,
nigga
I
worse.
think I remember the question I was going to ask you earlier. You were talking about how men project how they think these guys move. What I wanted to ask you is, do you think that it's reality and not projection? And I follow that up with, because when one person has what the other opposite sex wants, that person usually tends to be more psychopathic or narcissist because they can be. People just throw themselves at them. People are not, just do stuff for them. People are always trying to get at them and doing crazy shit just to be with them. That person does tend to be more narcissistic. And if they get into a profession in which people just throw them at them, how are you going to discern? How are you going to tell your daughter to discern which one is which when it's like a 50-50 toss up at that point? You don't know who's going to crack under the pressure. You don't know who's going to slip into that lifestyle. So how can you actually inform them on which one to pick because you don't know who's going to slip?
That's a great question, Jack, and I'm glad. See, and that's one thing I like about Jack, right? He's a rim brother with integrity, right? 99% of the rim brothers who we have these conversations with, they have no integrity, right? And they have no self-reflection and no self-examination. But Jack is a perfect example of a man who he understands that his ideology is flawed, but he has enough integrity to have the conversation to find understanding. So Jack, thank you for the question. And to your question, right? We have to start early on with our daughters and educating them and teaching them how to set boundaries for themselves and how to set boundaries for others. We have to teach them that when they meet a man, right, you're not meeting the true character of that man initially. You're meeting his representative. So he's going to sell you a bill of lies, right? And it's your job to have discernment and enough discipline to recognize those bill of lives from the truth, right? And that starts early on. My daughter right now is 13 going on 14, and we have these conversations almost on a daily basis of how to discern the true character of a man from his representative, right? It's you have to build the foundation from young. You can't wait until they're 18, 19, 20, and then try to have these conversations. By then, they have too much influence from their peers, and it's too late to have a influence over their ideology and their mentality, right? So it's a process that I, as a father of a daughter who's coming up on the dating age, I have conversations with her about the character of some of these rim brothers who display themselves, and we have some real life conversations on, hey, this is what this man is going to try to do. This is how he's going to represent himself. And then you have to have discernment to go in between what he's saying and decipher his bill of lies that he's trying to sell
Can I
to
give you a
you.
follow up though?
Go
That
ahead,
kind of
Jack.
contradicts, because you guys keep preaching dick discipline and men should not be out here slinging it. If that guy does become a successful person, don't you think he is more likely to be the one to succumb to hundreds of people, hundreds of beautiful women trying to fuck him when he's never ever had that opportunity in his life because he's been
They don't
disciplined
think
and
that.
keeping it to himself? don't you think that he's gonna be the one when there's a bus full of bikini models sitting outside every fucking night?
Hey,
Don't you
Jack.
think he's gonna be the one who slips and falls?
Hey, Jack, they don't know nothing about that, so they would never even examine that. See, men examine all
The broke
variables.
niggas sling dick too. Come on.
Because see, in your mind as men and sick-minded men most of the time.
It's a rim, brother.
But yeah, it's a rim, brother. See, when you see a bus load of beautiful women, automatically you assume that they want to fuck. But see, they could just be a bus load of beautiful women, right? Who might be interested in this handsome, young, fortunate basketball player, football player, musician, whatever. But in your mind, you just think they want to fuck. Could it be that I just think he's handsome and I want some attention? Why do my vagina have to be included?
No. If he's already married and he's got all these women who who are actively trying to get a baby for him so they can get on the whole child support payment. If you have like hundreds of thousands of women trying to fuck you, how do men say no to that if they've never had the opportunity to say no?
Easily saying I'm married and I'm not available for that.
Jack, what you gotta understand.
Jack, so what
you
you
gotta understand, it's a value system thing, right? So that's one of the things we preach
nigga had
at
women
the
glasses on.
solution-based group, right? We understand that the red pill men, the incel men, and the manosphere men, their value system has sex at the top. So the pinnacle of their value system is sex, right? So if the pinnacle of your value system is sex as yourself, Jack, then you're gonna succumb to that busload of woman and just wanting to get into degeneracy because your value system is discombobulated, right? So what we're teaching men to do is to reevaluate and change their value system, remove sex from the top, put God at the top, and then once you do that, then you can reshape your value system in such a way that you can live a morally sound life and have some real standards.
Can I offer another rebuttal?
So Jack, so your question is that so he was broke his whole life, he's married, and then he got the bag, and then all of a sudden he's supposed to go out and cheat now because he has money?
No. The question was basically, if you're teaching men that you're not supposed to be sleeping around, and they don't go out there and sleep around, and they get into the one marriage and end up with one chick, and they're married, and then he does become famous or a super celebrity, and then women start coming out of him. How does that man have the discipline to say no when he's never been put through the fire of having thousands of women actively trying to fuck you? Most men don't experience that. Most men get looked over. Most men have never had to say, no, I do not want to just get my dick sucked for 5 minutes. No, I don't want to just fuck in the bathroom real quick. Most men have never experienced that. And then you got thousands of these women trying to fuck you. How do you say no to that if you've never been disciplined to say no to that because it's never been an opportunity for you?
Sharon, Jack is saying you need to be put in a what's the name? Go ahead, PG Dave. My fault.
Oh, okay. So that's like asking someone, how can you say who's never tried crack? The person who was a crack addict, they have more experience smoking crack, and so they're going to be able to say no when the crack pipe is passed to them. You see how ridiculous that is? When you engage in certain types of behavior, it makes it more likely for you to continue to engage in that behavior rather than less likely. And people who have never done it are better able to abstain from it because they ain't never done it to begin with. You can't miss what you ain't never had.
No, that's true. That's true.
Rebuttal that I was going to hold on.
Learn from a crackhead because the crackhead smoke crack, and so the crackhead can teach him not to smoke crack. Like this is what they think.
No. A more equivalent analogy is how celebrities go broke because they've never had that kind of money before, and most of them do get some kind of lessons from people around them and all this and other shit, but they still end up going broke. Why? It's because they never was born and raised with that level of money. So when they get it, they don't know what to fucking do with it. It's the same thing with guys who've never had that kind of level of...
Trump done filed for bankruptcy. So we know that rich people who've been raised with it can spend all their money or mismanage their money also. And there are plenty of people who went from rags to riches who stayed rich. And so your logic just ain't really logicking, Jack. But that's par for the course when dealing with you.
So, PhD, let me ask you a question.
As long as you recognize it, I'll appreciate it.
PhD, but would you say more people that have came from money know what to do with it than versus people that fall into the new money character?
No.
Honestly,
I want to hear what she has.
The reason why you can't say is because
I want to hear her
the reason
real
why
quick.
you can't say because there's more new millionaires than there's old millionaires. Most of the millionaires, they start from nothing. So a lot of people that get the money from their family, they don't turn into millionaires. They just use the money. And that's the reason why they're millionaires. They don't become better at finances. The problem is that y'all be fantasizing about people and y'all don't know. Y'all don't read about them. Y'all don't understand that. Hey, listen, if I was never a cheater, just because I get money and fame doesn't going to make me all of a sudden turn into a cheater. If I've never been into a goddamn a place where they got sex everywhere, all of a sudden, now that I'm famous, I'm gonna start going to the strip club all of a sudden. It's gonna make me uncomfortable if I never did it for 20 years. I've been married and I never went to these places. When I go to the place now and I start seeing all these weird shit going on, most likely I'm gonna leave.
Sharon, hold on. You grow up your entire life. You grow up your entire life thinking about if Holly Berry ever gave me the shot to smash, I'm doing it, right?
Y'all keep acting like the devil.
And now she wants to do it. You going, right?
Because y'all keep pointing to the most extreme example where the shit don't exist in real life.
No, I'm gonna use your example, Sharon. I'm gonna use you. Would you say more men out here have trauma than not?
It depends on what we just a
it's simple. It's a very simple question. Would you say more men are out here fucked up?
Blanket statement, yes. I would say more of them have.
Okay. So since we have, in which I would agree, majority of men are fucked up. Okay. So since majority of us are fucked up, you give majority of us money and options to women that we have never been around. We come from the city. We have never done none of that. We have never seen these women that, that offer stuff, the smart women, the ones that have education, the beautiful, clean, smell good, all this type of shit. You put all of that and throw that into their hands. What is majority of fucked up men going to do with it?
They are going to go and find fucked up women that's trying to be a part of that.
So they're not going to deal with the good women and fuck them up.
No.
That's incorrect. Bomb Cherry will tell you more men out here fucking up good women than anything.
So again, we already
have women too, though.
Right. So we already had the conversation.
No, I'm not saying I don't disagree with the fucked up women.
Because what you saying,
I'm saying, would you say more men are fucking up good women, or they're just dealing with fucked up?
Again, so that builds back into the conversation that I had at the beginning of the stream. Is that like toxic people wind up finding other toxic people, and they just find somebody that's a better or more toxic than them, so they can always.
What the fuck are we all here talking about then?
So we are talking about, again, that toxic people.
No, I'm not talking about today. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about in general. Then what the fuck is everybody complaining for? Because fucked up people get with fucked up people, right?
Correct. That's what usually happens. But they
usually everybody get the fuck off.
What they usually find, though, the problem is they usually find somebody so what they're saying, they usually find somebody that's worse than them. They don't find like.
Then what the hell are we talking about this Rim Brother shit? Because then in that case, okay.
Okay.
See, y'all can't play.
Okay, so then let's get to the Rim Brothers.
Rim Brothers are getting with toxic women, right?
So the problem, yes, that's what they are, and that's how come they keep spewing the same. So they keep spewing the same remedial rhetoric every single day, and then they go and date that same woman so they can have proof of the shit that they are talking about. Right. But the real problem is, the real problem is that they are preaching it to men that did not go through what they went through, and they are giving the red pill rage to young men that never had to go through red pill rage. And so they already having the talking points as somebody like Myron that never been through the same shit that Myron went through. And they already saying the same things he's saying, and they have no proof of it. And that's the real problem.
I'll ask you a specific question, Sharon. Now this is going to corner you right here. The women that are on here saying how fucked up men are they getting with the fucked up men or not? I just need to answer the question.
They are not. They are single.
I just said that. So those okay. So listen what you just said, because you can't flip flop it. You said toxic men are getting with toxic women, right?
The problem is you don't want to have a question. You don't want to have a conversation. You're trying to
listen
get me
to what I'm
instead of have a conversation. But go ahead.
Listen to what I'm asking you carefully. Toxic men are getting with toxic women, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, toxic women, do they or not talk about how bad men are? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Are there toxic women on here?
Yes.
Okay, now here it comes again. Them women talking about how bad the men are. Are they toxic women getting with toxic men?
If they are single, no.
No, I said.
So
I
again,
said, are they toxic women?
This is why the question.
Okay, have they been? Let me switch it up. Here's
the problem with the way how y'all question things. Y'all try to make it seem like everything is an absolute, and when you are asking these questions,
no, I'm talking to you. That's what I'm saying. You're making.
I'm
trying to
get you 100 years. So again, but you are asking me questions as it's an absolute.
I'm throwing it back on you.
Ask me questions as it's an absolute. Go ahead. Again, I'll let you try to do it again. Go ahead.
So
I give you the answer, but you just like my answer.
I threw it right back on you. You was talking in the absolute, so I threw it back to show you that shit is crazy for saying that.
Okay.
That's why I threw it that way. I just basically flip-flopped it. I reversed it.
You did
couldn't tell? What?
You did not.
I understood what he was saying. He was basically about to say, aren't the toxic women on here spewing toxic stuff? I think the toxic women on here are spewing toxic. Isn't that what he's saying? That they're giving out this to women who've never experienced it, never went through that stuff, and they're going off saying, "Oh, well, men are bad," because all these toxic women who've been with toxic men are saying men are bad, so men must be bad. It's the same thing.
So
it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
but you
So again, okay, hold on. So here's the difference. Here's the problem that y'all have. I do not hold women and men at the same regard. Y'all want to have, this is the problem with the whole soft guy era in the first place. Y'all comparing yourselves to women. And this is what makes you rim brothers. It's what make, hold on, I'm talking. This is what makes these fucking men gay. They keep comparing themselves to women. Stop it. You cannot compare yourself to fucking women.
You're conflating something.
Every time y'all compare yourself to women, y'all don't understand. It turns out
it's not a comparison to women. I asked you, are men toxic?
Again, let me explain it to you. You cannot flip-flop the question. Once I'm talking about a fucking man, I'm talking about a man. So you cannot say, oh, let's reverse the gender. Once you fucking reverse the gender, it's fucking gay. It's acting like a bitch.
What are you talking about?
Because you are trying to, when I'm answering the questions, you're trying to attempt to flip-flop the question and switch the genders. Once you do that, you turn
flip-flopped it to see if what you were saying was concrete or not. And we just found out it's not.
Okay, so again, because
actually I'm buffering PhD's point.
Hold on, again.
I'm buffering PhD's point. That's what I'm doing.
Once you try to flip-flop it, hold on.
I mean, YouTube on trying to PhD alluded to it too. I'm buffering both of y'all points.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this.
Exactly.
You try again. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But once you try to flip-flop it and you say, hey, so if I say the women do this to a man, you are acting like a bitch.
Okay.
So don't ask me those dumbass questions. If I tell my wife, if my wife say, babe, why you didn't take out the garbage? I'm gonna say, babe, why you didn't wash the dishes? That's being a bitch.
Not the same.
It's exactly the same because you're trying to flip-flop the gender responsibility. Again, because you're trying to flip-flop the gender responsibility. Once you try to flip-flop the gender responsibility, you are acting like a fucking bitch. Do not fall for the bitch.
What was the responsibility that I asked? What was the responsibility?
The toxicity. You said if I flip
toxicity was everybody, you dumbass. Everybody can be toxic. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not responsibility. Again, are you fucking stupid?
Again, you not understanding. And
are you fucking stupid? Anybody can be toxic. That's a character trait.
You want to cape for.
That's not a responsibility talking about men or women.
Even though you yourself said the reason why you have to change your ideology because you're starting to recognize how bitch made these men are.
You're conflating too much shit right now. You're conflating too many different things. We're talking about I'm gonna ask you a real simple fucking dumbass question right now. I'm gonna see if you can answer. Can men and women both be toxic?
I already answered that question. Yes.
You're the only bitch made.
Okay, so if they can be toxic, and I flip-flop the question, how is that changing the responsibility of a man?
Exactly. So
how is that changing the responsibility of a man?
And you just gotta understand that you're not always right.
How is that changing the responsibility of a man, Sharon? I can't hear her.
Because hold on, happy. Hold on, happy. Hold on, happy. Hold on, happy.
I can't hear her. I can't hear her.
Hold on, happy.
Go look in the mirror and wash.
So again, when you started asking the questions, you tried to switch the gender responsibility. You just not recognizing that's what
Okay,
you
I'm
did.
gonna ask you
That's
one
why
more
you try to
time.
explain. This is why you try to act like it's concrete. I'm asking if your thought pattern is concrete. My thought pattern is very concrete. The men should be the fucking leader.
Okay, so
So
I'm gonna
therefore,
say
when
it
that
one
fucking
more
toxic
time.
woman,
I'm
so
gonna say
therefore,
it
when that
one
toxic,
last
so
time, and
therefore,
then I understand that you
therefore,
can't get it.
hold on, let me have the concept. So therefore, when that man finds himself a toxic woman, that woman is willing to change for that good man because she cannot be toxic around a good man. So when she starts acting crazy, screaming and yelling, acting stupid, he said, "Hey, I don't deal with that shit in my house. I deal with respect. I don't teach you that way, so you can't treat me that way." She's gonna have to change.
Can I ask you a
Hold
question? Can a
on.
woman mess
Chill
a
the
man
fuck
up?
out. Hold on. And so therefore, she's gonna have to learn how to self-reflect. This is what we had the conversation earlier. So when a woman is toxic, she usually go find a more toxic man, so she don't have to change.
I just said that.
So therefore, when she finds a man that is a good man, when she do her prayer and she do her seer's prayer, she go, "God, can you please send me?" Then she have to get that good man, and now that good man's gonna set her straight.
You dumb motherfucker! I just said that.
No, just not, motherfucker.
I literally just said that.
The problem is y'all got some real fucking problem. Y'all think y'all
Ron
saying
Cherry, please tell him I just said that.
You was asking me questions. How did you say and you asking me questions?
You just want to talk. I see what it is. You just want to talk.
Nigga, hold on.
You got it right. You got it right.
Hold on,
you
True.
right.
You
You just
asking me
want to talk.
questions. How the fuck did you say what I said and you asking me questions?
You literally just said that toxic woman got with a more toxic man. That's exactly what the fuck I just said, and you said no.
No. Well, you're not listening to Sharon. That's why you missed everything he just said.
Okay.
You
Tell me what he
everything.
said, Bon.
Thank you, Bon.
You missed everything. He just said a whole point, and all you just got is that a woman got with a more toxic man. You missed the whole thing where he said if he get with a man who's less toxic, then he changes her completely. You like you
I agree with that.
What?
What the fuck? Hold on, please. Hold on. This is getting out of control. So True, you said the same thing that I said while you was asking me questions?
No, what I said was I agree.
Damn. They said, please keep my name private. Please drop truth. No problem. I got you. Shit. So any Rim brothers any Rim brothers that's willing to come up and disagree or bring truth back so he could finish the argument of saying that he was saying the same thing that I was saying. That is wild to me. If he thought he was saying the same thing that I was saying just now, that sounds crazy. Lamar, do you think, because maybe I did misunderstand him, that is possible? Lamar, do you think Truth was saying the same thing I was saying?
What the fuck? What was that? Big West? I don't have no comment on y'all argument, but I believe on the subject, I think you are what you are. I think if you're a broke Negro, a happy dick, you could be a broke Negro slinging thing. I think if you're a rich, happy dick, it's all the same. I don't think the money gonna change you that much. It make you more what you are. I don't think you
That's
get
a
money
fact.
all of a sudden. That's what I think. But the argument that's between y'all.
Hey, OtisWho, are you there? Let's see if OtisWho there.
Hey, can I ask a question to that? A follow up?
No, wait. You the one who started this shit.
Can I get mine in?
Jack is the one who started making it about women, right? He started asking questions about what do you say to the women? What do you men say to the women? And I was wondering why he was asking the men, what do you teach the women? Right? Because I know that Sharon and in Brownsville, y'all don't teach the women. Y'all say that y'all are here to educate the men. And some of these men want y'all to teach the women, right? They don't like that you're educating the men. They want you to push it on the women, you know? And that's why Truth got led into that shit, because he too want y'all to teach the women. Oh, it's the women. But anyway, yeah, Sharon.
No, I'm just here to do the other side. That's why I'm here. We can't both. There's too many things. We can't both be saying the same thing. I mean, I gotta look at it from a different angle. That's my whole thing.
But Jack, that's fine. But you cannot then say, "Hey, I said the same thing as you."
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, he just wanted to, here's the thing, right? And this is one reason why I appreciate Jack, because Jack is a proud rim brother. He doesn't come up here and say, you get offended by it. He said, yeah, that's what I am. And let's have this
Well,
discussion.
no, it's
Let's
more of a hit
debate it.
dogs holler kind of thing. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. That's kind of how I operate.
Right.
But you just
And
said,
that's,
wait,
And I
but you
also,
just said, go ahead.
you finished dropping PhD,
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me pull into the spot. I'm right here. All right.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
All right. Big Giz composition. Hey, Big Giz. Shout out to Jack for being real and thank you.
Yes, shout out to the titty clapper Big Giz composition.
and here's the thing, right, Jack? And I appreciate that you're willing to have this discussion. You're willing to debate these topics, right? And one thing about you that's different from the other Rim brothers is you're not easily emotionally triggered. I appreciate that because 99% of your compadres, as soon as somebody disagree with them, they just get all emotional and just act off of their estrogen. So I appreciate you, Jack, that you don't do that. But the problem is, yes, Bomb Cherry is correct, right? When it comes to this relationship thing, men have to realize their role and their responsibility. And that's why we put out, when we did the 10 Rim Commandments, the third commandment of the 10 Rim Commandments was these Rim brothers, they hate accountability and they hate responsibility. So when we talk about these issues, if you talk about how degenerate the man is, their counter is always going to be, well, what about the degeneracy of the woman? It's never self-reflecting. It's never taking accountability. It's never measuring their own responsibility. It's always passing the buck to others. And real men, we have to learn to take accountability and responsibility for our own faulty ideologies and behaviors. Peace and love.
Hey, Big West, do you think that men need to be teaching women more than they teaching men? What's your thought, Big West?
Peace and love to everybody on the panel. Peace and love to all my kings in the chat. Peace and love to T.O.
Oh,
Who else?
T.O.'s here watching? God damn, T.O.
Jack, knock it off. OtisWho, peace and love, Lamar. Oh yeah, can't forget my boy Brownsville. Peace and love. And peace and love to the queens. But can't forget the queens. And I just wanted to say on this topic, it seems people do what they want to do. And you should just love people as who they are and let them be. Okay.
So, Big West, are you just going to ignore the question that I asked you?
Okay, say it again.
Do you think men should teach men more or they should teach women more?
Oh no, men stay with men, women stay with women.
So why do you think that they are trying to confess to us how much we need to be teaching women?
No. I don't think these men are teaching. They're more so is expressing what's going on with them.
Oh, here we go. Honesty. That's what's up. So, but why do you think? So, why do you think the men that are opposing our ideology for some, even though they really don't, they actually agree with us 100%. They just mad that we are the ones that's saying it and not them most of the time. Why do you think they want us to talk down on women?
Just like I say, I feel like you just should be more expressive. You express how you feel about a woman. Don't talk down on her. But you should just express the way what you went through. Express yourself, just like a woman would express themselves as far as when it comes to a man. And everybody have their own life. Everybody have their own opinion on things. That's how I'm looking at it.
Crazy. Go ahead, Bomb Cherry. I know you got some thoughts on it.
Yes, I do, because old dude mentioned something about blaming the woman, a busload of women who are just on a bus, and this man, his penis is being attacked by this busload of women. You know,
Don't
and
take me out of context, Cherry. Don't take me out of context. All right,
well,
please. Thank you.
you basically said that this married man who never had this, who now has money, he now has to make it home without being, I guess, violated in some kind of way by this busload of beautiful women, because he got to get through this busload of beautiful women without giving himself away to them and cheating on his wife. And he can't simply just say no because, he's never experienced this before. And therefore, what do he do? Oh my God, beautiful
Well,
women.
can I let you understand what my logic is from that?
But there is
Say
no
you have
motherfucking
integrity.
logic from
Say
that.
you have integrity, and you say I'm never going to take free money from nobody, and then somebody comes up and offers you
Listen,
$1,000 every
don't
day.
bring
How
money,
often are you going to
bring
say
it
no?
into the,
When are you going to finally break and
talk
say,
about
"Oh, I'm gonna
beautiful
take that
women.
$1,000 because I'm
Bring
having a
it
bad
into
day and
beautiful
the car
women.
transmission
Now
just blew
talk
out"?
about beautiful women. Don't bring it into no, bring it into the beautiful fucking women. Don't bring nothing else into it. Tell us how that threatened him to where he couldn't get away from it, to where he was going to
Whoa,
off the
threaten? What did I
planet.
say? Threaten?
Well,
You're putting stuff in my mouth.
you said
The
how
pause.
you mentioned that these women, that this man never experienced this before, and how do he get away from it? And that these women are just attacking his marriage. That's what you said. He said so.
Look, if a more socially calibrated person wants something from you and you have no defenses to stop it, how do you get around it? How do you get around it? Because most of these athletes, I'm not going to say they're socially retarded, but most of them spend most of their time in the gym, not focusing on girls, and most of them weren't raised to understand women in a way that they can resist that. How do you get a person who has money and wealth and fame to go against people who have been trained since like 14, 15, how to spot people, how to spot marks, how to spot people who can't defend themselves emotionally and mentally from whatever manipulation they want to do? How do you do that? How does that man have thousands of those types of women come at him and he doesn't have no experience against it? How does he do that?
It's no answer to that. It's just hoping that that man have a good character. But 9 times out of 10, men gonna act as a man. So
That's faulty ideology, and that's rim brother ideology, right? Because 9 times out of 10, a man is gonna act towards his value system, right? So that's why at the solution based group we teach men to have some self reflection and reevaluate and recalibrate their value system. Sex does not have to be the pinnacle of your value system. And if sex is not at the pinnacle, if it's somewhere down at the bottom, then you're not going to fall for these sex manipulation and fall for these things to where you're going to always go for the lust instead of the intellect, instead of the value, instead of, understanding and appreciating your own body as the temple. You see, that's what I teach my son. I teach my son that his body is the temple of God, so he needs to keep his temple clean, right? And if more men
Brownsville,
were
even
willing to
Atlas
teach
shrugged. Even
boys,
Atlas shrugged.
what?
hey, Brownsville,
Even Atlas
I
shrugged.
truly
That
think you should
means
have
even the person
more
who's
kids.
loading
Let
the
me say
weight
this
on
real
his
fast.
shoulder, even that person at some point shrugged. Because you
But
can't go against 1,000 women trying to fuck you, and then every single day you say no, and then one day you have a fight with your wife, and you still got 1,000 women each day trying to fuck you. You might just say, you know what, fuck it. I did. I went 365 days saying
no,
no.
see,
Jack, the
Fuck it.
problem is discipline,
I
right? The
disagree with that
problem,
because
the
I'm
problem
what?
is
Okay.
is these young men are not being taught to be disciplined with themselves and disciplined with their own lusts, right? And
Who is
what you
raising
and
them?
Deep
And
Town and
and that
Truth
and
and
that's
the
what I'm saying.
rest of
And
these
that's
rim
what I'm
brothers are
saying,
trying to teach
Jack. That's what I'm
is
saying.
okay.
Brownsville.
It's
Let me say
not
this,
okay.
Brownsville, because I
It's
agree with
not
you.
okay.
I agree
Wait
with
a
you.
minute,
Yeah,
wait a minute,
and that's what I
wait.
was about to say.
One at a
Can
And
time.
that's
I
why.
ask a
Let me just say
question?
this real fast, and I'm gonna
Wait,
shut up.
no, I have a question.
I ain't
So
talked,
wait a
bro.
minute.
Carry
So
got it.
one,
Okay, go
wait
ahead.
a
It's good.
minute.
Go ahead.
So 1,000 men want to fuck me since I was a kid. And what do y'all say? If I give in, am I a thought? If I let just 10 of them a day, if I do it,
Cherry, you already said that you let that thing go back in the day. You said you had
Well,
your
we
way,
already
mama.
know
No
women. We already
judgment,
know
but that's
women's
what you.
brain, their prefrontal cortex develops faster than men. We already know that. It's been time immemorial. Women are more mature in self control. They have more self control because they have more to lose if they go down that route. Men don't have that same capacity because many men don't have that much to lose by just sticking a dick in and then pulling out or not, whichever. Niggas is wild these days.
So Jack, do you
I'm just
believe?
saying. I'm just saying it's not a natural
Let me
thing.
ask you a
For
question.
women, it's a natural inclination to say no. For men, their natural inclination is to say yes.
So Jack,
You have to force
to
men
your
to say
point.
no.
Okay, we got it. Let me ask you a question though. To your point, do you believe it's possible to teach men, boys, and young men to be more disciplined? Yes or no?
Yes, I believe you can teach them to curb it, to focus it anywhere, to take that excess energy and do something else with it, more creative and constructive, to give them a purpose to focus on. But without any of those things, they're like fucking the leaves in the wind. They'll go wherever the wind
Right.
blows.
What I'm saying is you have to go to a but. And what I'm saying is we don't have to go to that but. We can just adhere and stick to the discipline principles that have been taught. You see, this is the problem with this rim brother ideology. What they're trying to pretty much express is that it's impossible for us to recalibrate our value system and remove sex and lust from the top of the system. And I totally disagree with that. I believe that we can teach discipline, that we can teach a recalibrated value system to where we as boys, young men, and men can exercise more self-control to where we will not
Some
succumb
things
to
can't
the
be taught,
1,000
Brownsville.
women in a bus.
Men have a nature.
No,
Men
but
have a nature.
you just
This is
said
why
that
good
it can't
men
be
stay out
taught.
of power because they know power corrupts. It's not just because they don't want to. It's because the nature of power corrupts.
what
It's the
the
same
hell is
thing
going on
with
right now?
having a lot of women. It's going to corrupt you. It's going to corrupt you to have a lot of women trying to fuck you. It is, especially if you had that access since you were young. It's going to corrupt you because you're not going to be able to value women because you've been having them thrown themselves at you since you were a young age, right? Since you were young and you've been smashing teachers and all that shit, since you were that young and women have always tried to get you, you're not going to value women because they come and go so easy. Men who don't get women value women, which is why it's hard to say no.
What you're doing, Jack, what you're doing, you're promoting weakness. You're promoting weak men,
Ooh,
right?
Lord.
Because weak
I'm promoting
men
someone to come to the other
believe.
side and tell the men how to do it.
Soft men. You want them to come to the other side? Lord have mercy. What does the world come to? These men, ooh, Jesus.
Y'all like turning everything gay. I swear y'all got like a gay agenda or something.
We do.
That's why,
We
and that's why.
do.
Hold on. So here's the problem, Jack. We
I take it back. I take it back. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I take it back. You guys promote family values and all that. No, no, I'm good. I don't want smoke.
no. So what we're saying is that like these whole thousands of women all of a sudden is going to be chasing out these men. We are talking about a very first of all, we're talking about a very small percentage of men that ever happens to. That's number one. Number two, for the most men, even when they make money, all of a sudden, just say if they was in college and they just got a job and now they are a millionaire, that does not change their whole lifestyle to everybody knows that now they all of a sudden have 1,000 women running down and chasing them down the hallway. That's not how it works. Most of these men that got money, they was lame before and they got money, they lame again, and they still ain't getting no pussy.
That's not facts, but okay.
Well, that leads into the corruption part, right? If you
No,
got too much, you got too much access, you might feel left out because you're the only niggas in the group who got money and shit who not getting bitches. So you might actually do become corrupt because you want to be a part of the group. How come these guys can get bitches and they got money and I can't? Maybe they start doing weird and crazy shit. Maybe they start going to Epstein Island. Maybe they start doing weird shit. I don't know.
So that's why Brown's saying that you're promoting weakness in men. Because most men that is moving in a certain direction, they're not saying, well, maybe I would smoke crack because now I'm around a bunch of crackheads. Maybe I would start drinking liquor.
Wait, hold on. Doesn't that go against that whole thing? Grandparents tell you that if there's like 6 broke people and you hang around them, you're going to be the 7th?
Perfect. So now that means if you hang around 6 married men that are doing all the right things, you're going to be the 6th one. So therefore, if you want to hang around a bunch of degenerate men that don't have no dick discipline, then you're going to be the 6th one as well. So therefore, that's what we are trying to explain. We are trying to promote men.
I agree. But it's your job to promote that. It's my side to present the other one's argument.
I have no problem with it, but the argument is flawed because you keep saying, so all of a sudden that this one man, he's going to be out in the world with no mentorship and he's just going to be around all these women just bombarding him. His wife is nowhere need to be found all of a sudden. And now all of a sudden he's just out there in the world alone with everybody just trying to throw their pussy in his face. It is insane. That
there's a reason why certain NBA players take their wives with them when they go on the road because they know the temptation is there.
It ain't about the temptation. It's just that it's not real. It's the reason why those same married men are part of the 50% that are making it. It's just what it is. So these men,
that's because they take extra steps and precautions to guard against their own nature. They have to take all these extra steps to ensure they don't trip and slip and fall. That's because men will naturally do that.
These men that got married before they got their fame, they know exactly who they are. So when these new women come around trying to give them pussy, they know exactly who those women are. They do not want anything to do with them because they know it's going to ruin their life. So it's easy for them to say no.
What about the men who think they really genuinely love me for me? And he says, oh, you know, this is a good woman. She's not trying to set me up. She's not trying to get. And
those men
what about those men?
Those men are usually, again, you're talking about a very small minority of men. That's number one. And number two, those men are usually not the ones that was married before with the shooting in the gym chick. You are talking about the men that are already degenerate and they don't have no goddamn willpower. You're already talking about those type of men. That's what we're trying to tell you. You're trying to make all men part of one bunch and we are separated. They got those rim brothers and then they got us. Jesus. That's all we are saying.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
Good day to your truth. You're back.
Hey, you got no pushback from me. I'm not hating on you or saying anything you guys are saying wrong. I'm just saying I'm here to present the other side so that you guys can do the layup.
But your other side has no validity. Like, you know what I mean? If you was presenting something that has validity, that would be different.
Right. There we go. So we love that the fact that you are creating the opposite talking point, but you got to get better at it, is what we're trying to explain to you. Yeah, go ahead, True.
Yeah, so the question I have to ask you is, okay, so we already agreed upon the point of when men grow up under leadership, and most of the time if they have a father, and their father is very disciplined, he's loving to their mother, and so on and so forth, usually their character will trend on, correct? More or less? Okay. So, if that's the case, what I'm asking you is when dealing with people that do not have that type of background, because that's where the whole thing is. We're talking about people that have no mindset. They're toxic.
Yep. 70%, right? 70%.
Yeah, we're talking about majority of the world that does not have this mindset of, hey, you know, I need to, if I go inside this woman, you know, I'm causing trauma. I'm letting her down. I'm taking away from, you know, the mindset of what it means to be a man because I'm not even married to her. Essentially, I'm touching another man's wife inadvertently. So that mindset, unless you're taught, you're not going to just all of a sudden, oh, I get around this stuff, and then now I'm gonna say, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shut down, and I'm going to be disciplined. Things have to be taught and cultivated and ingrained in yourself where it becomes part of you. We already spoke about my background, or in what happened to me 18 years ago, as far as having 2 children. But see, an actual man learns from his mistakes, and he never repeats it. And for 18 years, I have not repeated that same process, and my children are graduating this year, 18 and all. So those are the things a man learns from his mistakes. So to get on here and say that you have never made a mistake or something like that, and of course, Sharon, I know your background too, your past history and everything like that. But you have learned from it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Your lifestyle where you're at now doesn't really reflect who you were back then, correct?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but yeah, I understand what you mean.
Okay. So that's what the totality of it is. It's just showing the inverse of when a man actually makes a decision, when does he come to this knowledge of self saying, hey, this is not what I am supposed to be doing. I agree. I don't agree with it's a man's nature to be promiscuous. I wouldn't have changed that if I did. Anything that a man's nature is, that's what I'm about.
So you saying that men is not meant nature is to be promiscuous. You don't think that that's true?
No, I have never promoted that.
Right. So, but that's the thing. So it got a bunch of young men that comes on. So these men that don't have this guidance that we're talking about, they come online to find the guidance, and a lot of times they are gravitating to men that's giving the wrong guidance, even though they never lived this lifestyle. So that's what we are the talking point against. We are the living embodiment of what they bullshit that they are talking about.
But this is the difference right here.
I didn't come from this married household. I didn't come from no goddamn money. When I met my wife, I didn't have a whole bunch of money. I didn't have these cars and all these things that they say that you need to do to find you a good, loving human being to be on your side and ride or die with you. What they said is a lie.
I agree.
And so, therefore, that is the real issue that we are talking. We're not talking about the men that went through something and changed their life for the better. We're talking about the men that are promoting the degeneracy every single day, and they keep it going. Even with these men that are married to good women, would still say the same shit that these Rim brothers would say, and it's insane.
All right. So again, I'm not going to deal with that because I'm not on that narrative of Rim brother bullcrap. But those who know me in this space, 4 years ago, not just this year, 4 years ago, I came on here and said, Kevin Samuels is a fraud. Russian Fit is a fraud. I've been saying that. However, that does not negate the truth about what is happening in the world. We have more horrible women and more horrible men in this world than decent men and decent women. That is 100% fair. I already know you disagree with that. You believe it's more good people.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I disagree with that too.
What I believe my ideology of what good is completely different than what you believe is good. So I believe that it's more people that actually do need to come to knowledge of finding out who you're supposed to be as a man, as a woman, and learning what it means to be a man and the responsibility of it. Now, do I go with it like how you do? No, we come at it from different angles. You coming at it from a more, I guess from a more on-site of what a woman point of view is. I don't come from that. I just
why you think I come from a woman point of view?
Sharon, come on, man.
Yeah, I want to understand.
By all them damn cucumbers you be eating. That's why.
I would say more blue pill versus more feminine. He's more comfortable with blue pill than feminine stance.
Yeah, I don't do all the pills and shit.
It just means a person who's married and believes in love and relationship and all that shit.
Oh no, I don't disagree with that. I believe in this. I believe in that too. What I'm saying is What I understand.
Here's the problem, true. So here's the problem. Like a lot of people paint that narrative that I'm on some feminine shit, but they don't use my words to say, "Hey, you said this. This is your philosophy. This is why we call it feminine." They cannot do it, and that's the dangerous part of these other human beings that just paint narratives. Say Sharon is this because of this, and they don't use my words. They are painting narratives, and other people are actually believing that. Where I could probably help more men get out of the funk that they in because I was in it before, and I explained to them how I was in it, so I could give them real life examples how to get out of their position of where they at, where they looking at women in this negative way. I actually lived it.
Can I explain maybe why?
The fact that all
why
these
it comes off as
men
feminine?
are mad just because of words that they cannot prove
Yeah,
my
maybe
words
you can
wrong
explain to him,
is
Jack.
a problem.
But Jack, we already know Jack not gonna give him nothing.
No, it comes off as feminine because it's mostly women who say stuff like stay together and get married, love only one woman. It's mostly only women telling guys this.
Never mind,
Most
Jack.
guys tell other
Never mind,
guys the
Jack.
opposite, and that's why
Never
it
mind,
sounds
Jack.
feminine. It's
See,
not
no.
feminine.
But men
Nah,
say
it
What you
ain't
just
even
said,
that.
I don't agree with that
sound
shit.
crazy
We
as
ain't,
hell.
nah, it ain't
I
even
don't
that.
agree with that shit.
We
That
got
shit,
6
that's from
months of footage of
that shit is
Sharon.
from on here.
So
That shit is
again,
from
Still love
on
you
here.
though.
so hold on.
I never agree
Well,
with that
make
shit.
an argument. Make an argument. I just stated a position.
Hold on. We
Make an
can't.
argument.
Hold on,
Dispel what I
y'all.
just said.
Hold on, everybody, please. We cannot hear y'all when y'all just go off on each other. We can't hear y'all. So one at a time. So go ahead, Happy, Big West, Jack, and allow True to finish. That's why you gotta be careful asking them questions. That's what you get.
Yeah,
True.
my fault. I ain't never asked him shit.
That's what you get. Go ahead, Happy, Jack, the Big West, and then and after True, we'll go.
Now I see why they think I'm on
Like
that
he was
side.
trying to come at
Fuck
somebody,
you.
like, and then the host at
That's
level
what
and
you
the
get.
nigga want to talk shit, but yet he ain't fucking mad. He's like, oh yeah, I believe that too. All the bullshit. He come out here and say all this fuck shit. Then when somebody say something, oh yeah, that's right, too. No, nigga, you lying. And the truth ain't in your motherfucking ass for real. Cause how dare you say, oh yeah, that's what I believe. All this fuck shit, but you coming at a married man, nigga. Are you fucking married? What the fuck your life like? The fuck you up here asking this man and saying all this shit? Insinuating bullshit. Why you ain't asking him questions, but you want to ask everybody else questions? You want to ask everybody else to back your lying ass up? We know you the devil, nigga. Stop the fuck shit. Like, you are the most contradictory motherfucker I've ever seen in this motherfucker space. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, thank you. But
Go
anyway,
ahead, go ahead, Jack. We'll go Jack.
Yeah, go ahead,
I think it was what? Jack, Big West, True, Bomb Cherry. I think that's how it was.
I'm just saying that what we associate as masculine and feminine is just based on who's saying it the most. We very rarely hear men promote marriage, and that's mainly because most of the men around us growing up aren't married, and they haven't been married, and they don't know anyone married, so they don't really promote something that they're not participating in. They usually say the degenerate shit. So when you do hear it, it usually comes from a woman. That men should be this, men should be that, men should be committed, men should not be sleeping around. So it does sound feminine when a man says it if you haven't grown up with that.
Go ahead, Big West. I appreciate that, Jack.
No, you got it. Go ahead, keep going. I'm over here getting this money, man. I'm over here getting this money. I'm busy right now. Y'all got it.
All right, so I'm gonna take his go.
She gonna take his go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Happy. I'm gonna pass it to you, Happy.
Because
Oh God.
again, I said I believe. I was one of the people that said yes. I believe love in the marriage. Okay, y'all motherfuckers will say no. I said yes. So don't even try that shit. So this is what I'm saying. So now for a nigga to come back and want to talk that shit, after you ask a nigga a million questions, you try to get his attention for a whole 5 hours, and then right after he says, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with that too. No, the fuck you not. They're gonna try to argue somebody down to fucking concede to some bullshit ideology that you have, and then get upset, but you want everybody to believe this bullshit about you. Man, please, we already know the truth, nigga. We don't need you. And the fact that these motherfuckers is falling for it in the chat is beyond me. I could never, and I thank God I would never ever let somebody I know cared about, okay? Nobody I love could ever fucking listen to no
Happy, are you windmilling right now?
nigga. If I ever caught you around anybody, even on
Let
the
her
fucking
talk.
mouth on a megaphone, bitch, I'd kill you.
All right, thank you. Anywho, yeah, Sharon. So what Jack said You already know I don't agree with that. I agree with, when you're dealing with masculinity, it comes with certain traits. When you're dealing with femininity, it comes with certain traits. Simplicity.
Yeah.
I don't believe because you're promoting marriage and, people would be together and things like that. What happens is it's more from a woman's point of view. If you listen what you're saying, it's like, okay, a man is not doing this, but you're saying it as in not from a man is telling like his son. You're saying it like how like any woman would say it. Like she would say, you're cheating and things like that, whatever. Versus as a man, we'll teach our son why it's wrong to cheat, why it's bad, what it does to yourself, how it lowers who you are. If you consider yourself valuable, actually, you wouldn't be giving yourself away to whoever. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said that's what, for me as have a son, I tell him why when I did certain shit. Even been real with him why when, I was in the situation with his mother. You have to have these real talks so that they will not repeat the same process. Whatever, generational curses happen with me, it would die with me, but will not continue on with my lineage.
So you basically want them to talk to themselves because their father's not there.
Hello.
Say what?
Hello. Amen. Who said that shit?
Yeah.
Say what?
It's not his turn.
What you
said you basically want them to talk to themselves because their father ain't there.
No.
I'm say it too.
Are you talking about other men?
Listen, can I have
okay, I get what Jack is saying. Oh, no. I'm saying, okay, even if they don't have a father, right? So you have to try to get with someone. You see what I'm saying? You gotta try. Once you realize you're in the wrong, usually you'll search out for the truth and try to change. So you'll try to get with someone. You see what I'm saying, Jack? I understand what you're saying. If they don't have a father,
all right, hold on. All right, so it was Bon Cherry. Let Bon Cherry go, and Big West. He's about to send me a super sticker pretty soon because he out there getting this money. He was rocking with us all week, so I know he gonna send me 99-cent super sticker. Go ahead, Bob Cherry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna kind of ask. I think what Jack may have said. So they are claiming that Sharon is on the feminine side because he's not acting like these men's daddy, right? You're supposed to be acting like their daddy instead of just talking like a man, talking to them like they're men, like they're supposed to be. You need to be acting like their daddy. So you supposed to, if you're not acting like their daddy, then you're feminine. That's kind of
if your daddy's a pimp, he gonna teach you that all the good men, straight hardworking men, are tricks and shit, right?
Daddy, though. He's not their daddy. He's not your daddy, Jack. Go find your daddy, nigga.
He's in Texas.
That's my point.
What are you talking about?
Don't learn from nobody else.
Yeah.
So, right.
I ain't trying to learn from Sharon.
So that's the thing. So but when we talk about the young men that are looking for guidance, right? And then they go and find the wrong guidance, that they tend to go gravitate towards the wrong information, is because that wrong information, it big ups men and it belittles women, and then they grow up to thinking that is the right thing. They grow up thinking that they gotta lie to themselves and lie to women, and then later on when they're about 30, 40, they like, damn, I did all this fuck shit to this good woman. Now I got 3 kids with her, never married to her. We sleep in the same place, but I sleep on the couch, she sleeps in the bed, like all these other things. And then now they said men are all this, and then they get themselves depressed, all because they listen to this dumbass motherfucker from the beginning telling them all this foul fuck and wrong shit. That is the issue. We talking about the men that's actually looking for solutions, and then they go and find the wrong type. Those are the men that we are actually talking about.
So
and Sharon,
I will ask you this. This is one quick question, and then I'm gonna drop down. From what you know of Otis, would you say that he's a great husband and father and a great man?
Yeah, from what I know from, yes.
Okay, so you and Otis are 2 different type of men. Right. So what I'm saying is who I am as a man, I would say I would be more aligned with how Otis. That's what I'm trying to explain. it's a different type of outlook on life. How you supposed to move as a man? You see what I'm
That's
saying?
for the coffee. That's for the coffee. Yo. Keep going, True.
So that's what I was saying.
Right, and then as
both of y'all husbands, both of y'all great, both of y'all successful.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? It's just a difference.
So, but here's also another difference as well, right? So we also hear what Otis say. We also see that he's starting to pull back the things that he said before. He's like, he understands now what he was saying was in the wrong philosophy, right? So that also goes to show to that. So again, even when you say you align more with him, when he starts speaking out his words, and now we are still sharpening steel, he's starting to change the way how he word things. He's like, oh, damn, I didn't know these men say that. These men that are on the opposite side of what I believe is saying the same thing I'm saying. Now he's starting to change his philosophy on how he communicate with other men as well. So that's why we need the opposition to really talk and explain how men are really supposed to operate for the men that need to see it. Stop with this bullshit that men are just because they have a penis, it's better than other human beings because they have a vagina, because it's not true.
See, the problem is this, Sharon, and this is the issue, right? Because they don't want to really have a genuine conversation and call it what it is. We, in a solution-based group, have decided to call for the men to raise their standards and have a higher moral compass, right? Because we are directing the men to do that, the men to be leaders, they call us simps, right? They call us simps because they're saying, well, no, you guys aren't telling to the woman to do the same, right? Well, the difference is this. A man should have a higher standard. He should be the leader, right? The scripture teaches you that you should treat the woman as if she's the weaker vessel, right? So she shouldn't have the same burdens and have to carry the same burdens that you have to carry as a man, right? And if truth would rest in honesty, he would be willing to admit that, right? But the problem is, when
I never said that a
it,
man and a woman are the same ever.
The problem is
Stop speaking on my name, ho nigga.
When you promote it as a man, they call you a simp, right? And then dudes like
no,
Truth,
nigga, you just feminine with all the ad hominems and stuff. That's right? What hoes do.
The father of lies
that's
will
a
get on a
trait.
platform and say, you know what? That's feminine. It's feminine to teach men that they should rest in their masculinity and be a leader, to be stoic, to have emotional intelligence.
Nigga, ain't shit stoic about you, bro. You
right?
giving it homonyms. That's not a stoic trait, kid.
Hold on, Brownsville. Can I offer you a counter to that question?
You can fool them, but you talking to an actual G kid.
Hold on, G kid. Can you calm down for a minute?
Hold on.
I want to have this back and forth with Brownsville.
I'm raised by thoroughbred, short.
Hold on, Happy. Hold on, everybody.
I'm a successor.
Hold on, True. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Jesus, y'all be having
I'm a successor, short.
Let me know when I can
I'd
get
like
in
to
there.
be a situation.
Hey.
Shout out to See Through You, Brownsville, be on point.
That's how you know when you fuck
Hold on. Hold your stoicism. Hold your stoicism. See Through You with the 2-ball. Brownsville, be on point. Shout out to Terry with the $4.99. Most guys tell other guys the opposite. That's what makes those men degenerate. Shout out to my guy. Get into the money.
That's for your coffee, baby. That's for your coffee.
Shout out to the Dayton Pooh Roast reacts with the $4.99. Shawnee has a child before Shaq. He adopted him. Take that, Rim Brothers.
Yeah, he was
I agree. No, I agree. They the one said Shaq was a rim brother.
Hey, Sharon, can I finish before I was rudely interrupted? See, the problem is, right? I have the ability to listen to what somebody's saying, even if I don't like it. I don't have to interrupt them. I don't have to be easily emotionally triggered, right? Because I understand that that's a trait of too much estrogen, right? I don't have that problem. I have a lot of testosterone. So I can have patience when someone else is speaking and not interrupt them. That's point number one. Point number two is this, right? When we're talking
Okay, we
about
got point number
the
2.
standards of men, right?
Okay, there we go.
What we're promoting is for men to hold themselves to a higher level of accountability and responsibility, to recognize that they are a leader and they should set the example. So therefore, when men do self-reflection and correct themselves, they won't worry about the woman, because the woman have already shown that they're willing to acquiesce to how the men are moving, right? As Sharon articulated earlier. The problem is when we have these conversations, men like Truth and other Rim brothers will say, oh, you're a simp. You're feminine for
Yeah,
promoting
because you keep saying
men
my
and
name. You's a
to
bitch.
have more accountability and to have more
You's a
responsibility,
bitch
right?
ass nigga.
That's the issue.
Stop saying my fucking name.
Okay,
Peace and
Telling
love.
hold on, Brownsville.
Nigga, but you's the real bitch, because let's be
Shut
clear,
your,
yo.
shut your
You came
Hold
ass.
on.
at me for no fucking reason this
Shut up.
morning. And then your
Shut
bitch ass want to
up.
get mad, and then you want to come at Brandon, you
Shut
want to come at
up,
Sharon and all
woman.
this bullshit.
Hey,
You the
why
real
you keep
bitch up here.
talking?
You the only bitch
Let me
on
know
this
when I can
planet,
get it.
nigga.
I'm
Bitch ass
talking to the
nigga.
man.
Let me know when I can get in. Sure.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's
Before you go, Ian, man, I just want to ask
Hey,
Brownsville one
I'm talking
question.
to the nigga that got a pussy just like you.
I just want
I
to say
gotta
one
call
thing
T
to
Lady. I'm gonna
Brownsville.
call you right
And
now.
just
Okay,
because he ain't got a
look.
pussy, because he want to be all up underneath Antoine and shit, whatever that nigga
Okay,
name
okay,
is.
okay.
Bitch ass nigga,
Brownsville.
rejecto ass bitch.
I want to be under who?
Okay, Brownsville. Browns. Oh shit! You guys are
She
gonna do
say
this again.
AD?
Okay, look,
hold
Brownsville.
on. Let
Brownsville.
Jax
The
get something.
reason why. Look.
He got a
Yeah,
noise in the
y'all don't know
background. Go
me
ahead.
at
Hold
all.
on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no,
Hold
yeah,
on.
because I gotta go. I gotta go.
Go ahead.
Brownsville. The reason why men
Y'all
usually
niggas
ask,
goofy.
who's teaching the women, is because if you're, let's just say we're more. Let's say we're more. All right. If one side is being taught, if you got a white flag, if you see your enemy with the white flag up, you make them surrender. I mean, you take them in, you give them comfort, you treat them like prisoner of war. And the other side is being taught, if you see a person with a white flag, you shoot them dead in the face. If two people are being taught two different things on how to operate to go after the same
Facts,
thing,
man.
the men are going to be skeptical. They're going to be like, hold on, you're telling me to be loyal, you're telling me to trust this person, you're telling me to love unconditionally. Is the other side being taught that? Because if they're not being taught that, I don't want to get involved with this shit, because I see all the crazy type of females out here. And if you're telling me that most women are being taught that shit, then fuck it, I'm not doing it.
Now, Jack,
Because
problem with
as they
that.
Brownsville,
say,
let me
the
ask
good
you a
women are
question.
standing too close to the bad women, and
When
it's
y'all
hard to
say y'all gonna
differentiate
I'm
them.
answer
gonna
a
ask you a
question,
question,
stop
All
Sharon.
right,
making
but I gotta
statements.
go. Later, guys.
Bravo.
Fuck is you
Sharon,
going against
have I
your woman
That
ever
was
anyway?
not a
actually
question. That was a
tried
All
to
y'all
statement.
tell
dating
you
is
how
these
to teach a
online
woman?
motherfuckers in their space
Be
listening to niggas
quiet.
like
God
that hoe up
damn.
there that's trying to talk over me so fucking badly right now. If that's where you're picking your woman from, then I guess so, motherfucker. Because
Well,
I wouldn't want a woman that listens to that and follow behind that nigga any goddamn way, or any bitch he ever been with. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
well, I think we need
All
to
right.
first go back
Hold
to
on.
elementary school.
Go
And
ahead,
when we
Eda man. Let Eda man get it there. Calm it down a little bit. Go ahead, Eda man. He don't got no dog in his fight right now. Go ahead,
I
E.
got you. So first of all, when we say we're going to ask a question, we shouldn't make statement. That's crazy to me that we say I got a question for you, then I make a
Amen.
statement.
Correct.
But I'm actually interested because I'm interested in this conversation because I disagree with what a lot saying, because I would never teach my son that he's less of a man because of his mistakes. I would teach my son he become less of a man for not taking accountability for his mistakes and learning and moving forward. Because if that's the case, everybody on this panel is less of a person because we all make mistakes, regardless if it's cheating, with all those things. And we need to stop saying that people are less of somebody because of their actions, and also and start saying that we need to focus on the accountability part. Now, I get what you guys saying, that you're saying I should tell my sons not to do wrong. I should teach them a moral code, and I agree with that statement. But your son is not less of Sharon. Is not less of a man if he cheated. That is not what he is. That no, his past action doesn't really dictate how much more or less of a man he is. And I hope y'all understand that.
And so Eden man, to your point, nobody said you're less of a man because you make a mistake. What we're saying is we're calling for men to not only learn from their mistakes, like Truth was articulating, but to change their behavior and repent from their mistakes, which means you're turning away from that direction into a more positive and productive direction. And now you're moving and behaving with a higher moral compass. That's all we're saying. And we're getting a lot of pushback from that. And that's the
Salute to
problem.
the GOAT.
No. I absolutely agree that a man should learn from the mistakes that he making. He should not continue to make those mistakes because he no longer become wise. He become a fool. I'm agreeing with that, right? There's no way I should be making the same mistakes I made at 25. That's the truth. But what I am saying is, maybe I heard it wrong. Didn't we hear that less of a man, or did I just make that up?
Yeah, you made that shit up.
Yeah, you made that up.
Yeah, you made that shit
Y'all
up.
niggas so damn chaotic. I
Yeah,
get shit.
me
It's like
too,
5
and Brown's
minutes up.
argument had nothing to do with being less of a man. No, that was not the conversation at all.
Also, the conversation is more of should they have a moral compass? That was the conversation.
Well, the conversation at hand right now, when we was having a conversation, they were saying that I have a feminine talking point because I talk about men need to be more accountable and more vigilant and more of leaders. And they say I argue it in a female's talking point of view, even though they didn't mention no words that I said that is feminine.
Oh no! So what you argue is a different perspective, and so many people have been in echo chambers for so long. They think that men only have one side of the story, or they only speak one type of way. And it's kind of the reason why I like going to people ask, how can you go into Manosphere? How can you go listen to Sharon? How can you go listen to a woman full of panels where no man is involved? Because I understand the perspective that humans are not this one-sided fit all type ideology that we try to push on YouTube. So your talking points are not feminine. Your talking point is another perspective of a man, which doesn't agree with them. So they got to use feminine because it discredits you, and they try to hope that people don't listen to what you're saying.
Correct. Well, that would be the inverse then too. That would apply the same. But go ahead.
It doesn't, because I don't say that they are.
No, not you, Sharon.
Welcome to the show. Let's go,
Dante.
Let's go, Dante, Taz, then Tierney. Go ahead.
I'll skip. I'm at work right now.
Go ahead, Taz Exclusives. What's your thoughts?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today?
We doing well.
I am Taz Exclusives. I am actually just stopping in to get in the conversation. I didn't hear what was going on before that. So if you guys don't mind just letting me get caught up, I'll be here listening for now.
Okay, let's Tierney. She got a lot on her mind.
Yes, Tierney, she can't wait to let it out. Go ahead, Tierney, let it all out.
No, I'm on the same page as Taz. I just wanted to enjoy the conversation.
God damn it. Back to Either Man.
All right, no,
let
so
Brownsville go.
right?
I thought we were talking. Are y'all not talking about love is overrated? Or y'all talking about something else?
No, we on something different now.
The statement that and how you doing, Queen? Peace and love to you, Queen Tierney. The statement that Jack Knock It Off made before he left was that the reason why men rebel against the ideology of teaching men to move with a higher moral compass is because they're skeptic of them changing their values and the woman not changing their values, right? So what he's saying is, well, the men don't like you to just talk to the men about upgrading their standards and hiring their moral compass. They want you to also talk to the women as well and do it both together. And what I say to that is, skepticism isn't a masculine trait, right? That's not masculine at all. Confidence is a masculine trait, right? So if you, as a man, rest in your masculinity and you're willing to raise your standards
fam.
and
Hold on, slow down.
move with a higher moral compass, right? Then everyone
Masculinity
who comes
isn't something
into
you
your
rest
presence,
in, bro. Right? Where's y'all getting this from? Cynthia G started rest in your femininity. Okay, ain't no resting in no masculinity. Where's this bitch shit coming from, bro? There's no masculinity isn't a resting position. Women started that about resting in their femininity to stay out of men shit. So why would men be resting in masculinity? You got to make me understand that, bro.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna break it down in layman's terms. What I mean when I say rest in your masculinity is to not move with feminine or the weaker vessel traits, right? What Jack said was men were skeptic of changing or recalibrating their value system, which has sex as the pinnacle of their value system. They're skeptical of changing that and recalibrating that because they believe that women aren't going to do it, right? So that is shifting accountability and responsibility, which is not masculine at all.
Shifting responsibility, I do agree with that. I agree with shifting
what I'm
responsibility.
saying, right? So what I am saying when I say rest in your masculinity is realize that as a man, you should be promoting and learning.
That's not resting.
Leadership.
That's not resting.
Listen, hold on.
No, because you're double talking. Either you're resting or
Thank
you're
you.
moving. You can't get both.
Contradicting the fuck out of this.
No,
we could.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Hold on.
But y'all want to have a semantics argument, and that's
no,
a part
Brownsville,
of the issue.
I don't.
So that's
part of the issue that I have.
We can change it. So for now on, we are not going to say.
Saying,
so for now on, we're not
you
going to
wanna
say rest. We're going to say move. So we could just can skip past that part. We'll say move.
Right.
Masculinity is
right.
So this
Right.
way,
If you're saying that, I'm out of it. Right. I'm not going semantics. I'm just saying what you're talking about is not a resting position. It's not.
But when Brownsville talks,
obviously we know that.
I got you, Brownsville. But hold on, because sometimes it's like I agree with half of what you say, and then it's hard for me to agree with the second half. Because the first thing you said skeptical is not a masculine trait. Yes, that is true. Being skeptic is not a feminine trait either. Neither. So just because somebody's being skeptical doesn't mean that they're being feminine, because we want, even in women, when they're feminine.
Okay, Eddie man. Can I ask you a question real quick though, brother? Can you chill with me? Because I really want to get to the bottom of Taz and Brownsville right now, and let them finish. Let Brownsville say what he got to say. Let Taz say what he got to say, please. Because now you're trying to come at Brownsville at the same time for no reason, and now you want to go attack his words at the same time for no reason. Just let him rock. You had your turn. We'll circle back to you, sir. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't beefing with him though. I ain't got no problems with him or nothing. I just kind of contesting what he was saying, but I ain't got no problem with it. I actually don't think what he's saying is way off, but I do think you start to get to a point in that where it does become a question of, okay, is that just feminine? Is that just masculine? Some of it is just human.
So here's my issue with this whole argument, right? Because what Edelman said is totally untrue. When I come home as a married man, and I've been married over 20 years, when I come home and there's an issue within my home, it is my responsibility to figure out how I'm going to solve that problem. I don't lay those burdens onto my wife, right? So yes, my wife can afford to be skeptic about the solution to a problem. But me as a man, as the husband, no, I can't afford to be skeptic. I have to be solution oriented, right? And I'm going to solve the problem as a real man does and tell my wife, don't worry about it, babe. I got it. You don't have to have this burden, right? That's what we should be promoting for men to do and how men should move, right?
Men that have a wife, right?
Men, no, you don't need a wife. To
you
move
just gave
in
a whole
masculinity,
scenario bro. You just gave a whole scenario that is
because
wife,
the reason why I gave that scenario is because what Edelman said about skepticism, and I just wanted to highlight the difference on how it could work in real time. That's all.
Because see, I don't think it. But like somebody just said, I think it was Truth that said it. Skepticism ain't a trait of gender. So like that's just a doubt. Like a man can be skeptical but still not be feminine.
I disagree
with that.
I disagree. I believe that when a problem arises, A masculine man will solve the problem not based on emotions, with logic, right? And if they can't figure out how to solve the problem, they're going to learn to figure out how to solve the problem. They're not going to have doubt. They're going to move in faith, in belief, in confidence, right? So that's a difference. The burden, and what I'm saying is, when I talk about these burdens, right? The burden to solve the problem should fall on the man. But the problem is, we spent so many years, and that's the way this manosphere was built upon, right? Is putting all of the problems, all of the issues of the world onto women when it comes to relationships, right? They'll say, oh, well, the reason why the relationships are so messed up is because there's so many bad women, it's so many H's, it's so many B's, it's so many women with messed up ideology, right? Instead of calling for the men to, you know what, we got to change and recalibrate our values.
They
We
do,
got to
bruh.
move and set an example. And once
They
we
do.
move and set an example, then the women are going to acquiesce under that
Bro, that
example,
is the
right?
manosphere point. That is their foundation,
No,
bro.
well, if
That
it is,
is
if that's the manosphere point, I've not heard that point articulated
right,
on these
because a lot of
panels.
y'all ain't talking. A lot of y'all ain't listening to or talking to a manosphere person. Y'all talking to a
Correct.
bunch of wannabes. The manosphere will tell you this is about men moving in their own way, getting away from women, not blaming women, but staying the hell away from them so they don't bring you down and blah blah blah. I think there's only one understanding of the manosphere, and it's just bad women cussing them out and all that type of shit. And it's a whole nother element there that is the men's rights, and we love our brothers, and we only here to talk to the men, and that's an element of the manosphere too, but we just don't talk about it as much.
Facts.
No, but that's the element that I hear. That's the element that's represented by the majority of the men who come on these platforms, and that is the element, that is the rhetoric, the remedial rhetoric that I'm rebelling against. I'm not a YouTube dude. I'm a real life dude. I only do this when I'm at work. Me and Sharon was on vacation out of the country in December going into January. He asked me, hey, can you come up and support the show that I'm starting on YouTube? Before that, I was never on YouTube, right? Because I'm focused on building my family and building my legacy, right? And then when I was listening to 99% of the men who would come on these platforms, they had this rim brother ideology, which promoted hatred towards women, which promoted shifting responsibility on the woman. A lot of men, and some of the men on this platform, were disrespecting women, denigrating women. It was crazy. And I'm like, these guys ain't moving into no real man code. They're not putting forth good values and a good example of how a man should be, move, and live. So no, there was a need. And regardless of what you say, Taz, there is a dire need for real men to promote real values. Peace and love.
So let me say this right quick. Let me say this right. And this is with everything in my heart, nigga. Until you create a YouTube channel and do it, you need to shut the fuck up, though.
Okay, I have a question.
Because what I'm telling you is I did it. So I'm telling you the need for it is you can say it, but until you do it and see what happens when you do it, because I'm the result of what happens when you do it. So you talking to the experience of when it's done now, not I think we should. I'm saying we already did that.
Well, listen, I don't know you, and with all due respect, if you feel that's how you move, then that's how
Nigga,
you
you
move.
don't
Who am
know
I to
nobody.
judge that? I'm not judging that, right? All I'm
But I
saying
want you to
is
do it. I want you
what's
to do
being
it so I can
displayed.
support
I
you.
do it every day in real life, so I don't
Right,
gotta do it on
but
YouTube.
this is real life. You got your
No,
ass on here telling little
YouTube
nigga.
is not a
You got your ass
reflection of
on here
real life.
every day. You got your ass on here every day trying to tell niggas what to do. Shut your weak ass up,
I
then,
got,
nigga. Stop
can
trying
I,
to make it
can I
seem
say
like you
something,
can help
Shalon?
somebody. The fuck you mean? You out here trying
So,
to and men need to do this,
Oh
and men
my
need to do that,
God.
and men and men and men and men and men. If you're gonna do all that, then nigga, what the fuck you doing it for? What's the point? If this ain't
See,
real life,
and that's the thing. You having an
I got
estrogen
you, T.
outburst,
no the
and
hell
that's
I'm
the
not.
problem.
I do
That's the
this shit to
problem.
reach
You're
actual men.
emotionally triggered,
I've actually reached
right?
men on this.
Easily
You
emotionally
just
triggered.
talking
No
like you
use
Okay,
can
of
do on
same ad
YouTube.
that's the
hominems.
problem.
Hey
This
fam,
nigga
you just on
That's the
YouTube.
problem.
You just on
Peace and
YouTube,
love.
bitch. You just talking. You just on YouTube. I actually
Yeah,
do
I'll
this.
let you tell it.
Like, this shit is crazy. You just said you just got here. You ain't serious about it. You only come here for such and such. What about those of us who have put time, effort, made money, took L's? What about us that actually have skin in the game? You think you can diminish it?
No, because you failed. That's the
nigga.
problem. You
That's
failed.
crazy.
You represent a failure. That's what you represent. You're a YouTube failure.
How? How?
Because what problem
Bitch, you go work for somebody every day. Bitch,
You
I
haven't
work
done
for
anything.
myself. Excuse me?
And I'm willing to
So
guarantee.
I'm clear, bro. So I'm clear. You gonna come back? You gonna come? Man, I don't give a fuck, man. You better stand down while this whole ass nigga talking. So listen, bro. You telling me you gonna come and tell me in the space that you have done no work in that work needs to be done? That's the problem here. You telling me what should be done, and you ain't even been around to see what was.
Show me your results, then. Show me your results.
You're listening to him. I'm telling you, the result is that what you're saying does not work.
I'm listening to a man having an estrogen outburst.
Bro, what
That's
you're
what I'm
listening to is someone who's giving you every example. And men need to do this. And if we did this, and men need to do that. Okay, I've done all of that. That's
and
what
what
you're
is your
hearing.
results? What is the outcome?
The result is that you're wrong. The result is that you're not going to get better. You're not going to get better men. You're not going to get better results from these men. You're not going to get different content. You're just here talking to be liked by some bitches, nigga. I did this shit already.
100. Okay, all right. So let me jump in. So I would say that's wrong because that's what they're accusing me of, and I have men that hit me up on the back chat and said, "Hey, thank you for saying that because now I changed the way how I parent in my household. It changed. I helped another dude. He had a problem with his wife, and it changed the outcome of their relationship. Now they 2 years strong, and they stronger than ever. Is what he told me recently. So the idea that just because we are talking and women agree with it doesn't mean that we talking in a feminine talk.
What do you think they agree with? They agree with you going check a nigga. They ain't gonna agree with you going check these bitches, nigga.
What is it for me? So again, what is there for me to check bitches for? I'm not here to talk to bitches.
Right. So you can't talk to no men.
So again, I'm not here to talk to bitches.
So you can't talk to no men.
Yes, I can because that's what I'm here to talk to. I'm here to talk to men.
So let me ask you a simple question. So when a bitch threatened to shoot my mama, who should you be talking to, me or the bitch?
Say that again.
When one of these trifling, dirty, bum ass bitches you want to defend threaten to shoot my mama, who should you be talking to, me or that bitch?
That is not. So again, the problem is that y'all want other people to be involved in y'all thing. So if you have a problem with a certain human being, this is a problem that happens a lot.
You got me fucked up because if I threaten to shoot that bitch, you and your pussy ass cousin think you can check me, nigga. What the fuck you mean? You and your whole ass cousin think y'all can talk shit. But if the bitch say something to me, I just gotta be quiet. And rest of my mouth.
Sharon,
have some stoicism, my brother. Have some emotional intelligence.
Hold on, Sharon. My sister asked me to drop Taz, so go ahead and drop Taz.
I fucked up in 2024.
You sound damn. So yeah, so she did have a credit. So yeah,
Sharon.
Okay, so I want to say this.
Hold on, before that, the door's not all the way open yet. Hold on, I'm gonna get you in there. Oh, you didn't even use your credit, Taz. This is not about you. I think you are out of line. Drop and give Sharon 20. God damn.
Oh, okay, so I still got a credit. Okay, y'all
so
better
still
watch
got
it,
a credit.
Negroes. Y'all better watch it.
So Taz got 15 minutes in a box unless one of his brothers want to bring him back up. And y'all can start that goddamn fight. Maybe True want to donate to the show to bring his brother back up.
We need a rim brother to go ahead and support Taz, man, because he said he got all the results. So y'all should be lining up to bail him out of jail, man.
Go ahead, Tierney. Tierney been patient. She's been resting in her femininity. Go ahead, Tierney, with your beautiful self.
Thank you. It's a Gemini thing. Nah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, Brownsville is a husband, and he's coming up here speaking with sense to me. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with what he said when it came to coming together with the woman. Being the man and making that final decision, because you guys always say that you have the final decision, right? That's what you want in your relationship. And when he's saying make that final decision in your household and make sure that you know that the family's good, What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with his message. You guys know I'll say something if I see anything wrong in the message. But when we're talking about, oh, the manosphere says stay away from women, when has that ever worked?
Let's go, Sean.
I mean, when has that ever worked? We don't like. Are you? You don't like? That's crazy that you would do that. What is your message at the end of the day? But anyways, what positivity do you guys have when you say let's stay away from the very people that helped raise us? Nobody's perfect, but we need each other. We absolutely need each other in this space. And I mean, I don't agree with people going at. I don't agree with people going at anybody. All that drama shit is really whack. It's super whack. But Brownsville ain't saying nothing outside of what a man that has been in a commitment for over 20 years. I feel like a lot of people should take a lot of men should take his advice. And when it comes to, when he said, just taking accountability as the man, you guys have to realize if you want the leadership, you have to be a leader.
That's it.
Just
And
be the
also, I want to jump in. Hey, Taz, they had paid to get you out of jail. They bailed you out. So if you want, hit the link, and you are more than welcome. Your time, you are free. If
yeah,
you
and
like
I want you to talk more about your comment from the chat. So hit the link. Come on back and talk to us, Taz.
Yeah, so come back and talk. And also, Otis, are you there? OtisWho, you there?
He MIA right now.
Okay, he's MIA. So everybody that's watching on Otis' side, come over to the Sharon Bracey side. We're going to end it on his side because he had to step out and do what he had to do for the rest of the day. So everybody that's on the Otis side, come through. Salute to y'all. Thank you for supporting Otis. But he has left, and so you have to come over to the side to enjoy the rest of the show.